my life a story. I'm trying to find the glory. Got them all sleeping on me, my haters out here dying, snoring. Why they mad that I'm finally growing, and they see me fighting for it? What they wanna get involved for, I kill them all off until I'm enormous. Cause 9 to 5 is boring, grinding 5 in the morning. I'd rather make music, get paid for it, die with a fortune. And my ride is foreign, every whip I drive imported. Anybody know me, they know. For this game, no, I'm dying for it. I'm on now, give me that crown, yeah. Ain't nobody out here really wanting me. I'm going hard while you falling asleep. I got it all cause I deserve it all, yeah. Just being honest, they don't wanna see me honest. I'm taking over this game now and that's a promise. They out of pocket, they don't wanna believe I got it. Give me that crown now cause I'm the king, call me your highness. This life a movie, I'm a motherfucking star like Clooney. From dusk till dawn, I'm a loose sleep. I ain't tryna live broke like you be. I've been coming for the bag, I do me. Will I get paid? Absolutely. Cause you better knew a boss like Takeoff. I ain't left all bad and bougie. Heard them talk, they barely knew me. I ain't let no stranger fool me. When I came in the game, y'all showing that fake love. I ain't look past your jewelry. Now this ride is foreign. Every whip I drive imported. Anybody know me, they know. For this game, no, I'm dying for it. I'm on now. Give me that crown, yeah. Ain't nobody out here really wanting me. I'm going hard while you falling asleep. I got it all cause I deserve it all, yeah. Just being honest, they don't wanna see me honest. I'm taking over this game now and that's a promise. They out of pocket, they don't wanna believe I got it. Give me that crown now cause I'm the king, call me your highness.
through. I think Six gets out here, but it's yeah, just Mordekaiser does not start. The slow confirm on these just at the front. Oh, Diana's going in for the dive, gets the kill. Flash in from Leona's perfect. Make sure there's no dodge. The cleanse comes out, but it's way too late. Has the flash out. Diana's the second dash. They're gonna land this Q, right? Surely this Q will finish the dive. But this Fioreal's gonna do a lot of healing. It might not be enough though, because Hooters 1v1 is turned into a so dead. It's gonna be coming to the wire. Fiora gets it! Closing out the dragon. I wonder if they're going to actually Ziggs is half health here. Mordekaiser's gonna be able to ult. Draven gets a kill. Mordekaiser, I believe, has someone in the realm. It's Leona, and the dragon is going to not be claimed by Poro because of this. Leona goes down, and suddenly Divine Temple want to fight, so they should not have any right fight to win it. Okay, it looks like there's some technical issues on the spectator.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's stream here with the Sentinels. Arbiters.
Oh, what's it?
Arbiters, yeah,
Arbiter.
Arbiters.
Yeah, I
I
was
am
like, that's the
definitely
wrong one,
not.
isn't it?
I'm definitely not messing up and having, for some reason, a overlay. Okay, we're good now.
It's
Well,
okay.
today, again, Arbiters. Make sure I'm not getting it wrong. Um, so again, welcome to the LXC Season 1 Winter Split. Week 3 of the Arbiters IBSG League. Today, we have here. Hi, I'm Launches.
And I'm Arcanes. Although on a stream we're swapped.
Yeah.
I'm Launches now, and you're Arcanes. You're me, I'm you.
Ah. Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Arcanes.
Yep.
See, I'm
It's
Arcanes. Whoops. Yep.
it's okay. It's okay.
That
No
that's
worries.
launches. That's launches
You
over there.
copying my name. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I get it.
You're
Launches is
copying.
really
Hey, you're
Launches
copying
is
my
pretty
name.
badass. Launches is
Yeah, no,
pretty
right. Just
badass when
one
you copy
word
my
and
name, right?
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, so while that's gonna go on, again, today we have Baron Buddies versus TD Poro. This is gonna be an interesting matchup because, of course, we saw TD Poro last week play against RAR, if I'm correct, and then we saw Baron Buddies the first week. Again, both teams very similar to what we've seen before. Right now, they are TD Poro is looking for a sub, and I think their rosters are good, but the only okay. So looks like we do have a couple changes actually.
Hmm.
The top jungle duo from we saw during the first week has been subbed out for today with a new change with the Yes Parade going top lane and Kuronami going mid lane. If you've seen Kuronami's name before, you would have seen that from the Sentinel
Yeah.
League.
Last week's game
Last week
Sentinels. Yeah.
Sentinel, yep. You saw Kuronami go mid lane for Baron Besties. So we're gonna see
How he does
how
now
that's
here.
gonna fit up. Hey, look, it's two of you on stream now.
Wait, what?
Oh. Oh no, I'm back now.
Oh, there it is. Yep. It is good.
Well,
Launches was out of life for a little bit there, and he got Sage Ard back into the stream.
mm, well, as we should, let's kind of look at who we got because of course I now have to switch around some stuff because of course we got some new people and which means new things. So let me pick up some stuff. But like, I want to ask you, who are you looking at forward to watching this stream, this
Ho-
games?
Honestly, as a jungle player, Hoodie Man has is he? I don't know. The Ramus Lilia with the brand and the trundle. I hope I'm reaching the brand get picked out here. But seeing
Hmm.
his shampoo in the jungle, it gives me like a wet dream. I'm like, let's please play one of those four, and you're winning this game if you play jungle correctly. Like, oh my gosh, even the Maokai, which can be if I see correctly, the support in the jungle can also flex as well. So it gives him more pressure. It gives him like the a choice, for it. So it's just like I feel like he'll be the keystone of this team. Towards his wins. Even though he's jungler, it's just like his champ pool is just it's honestly a perfect champ pool for this game's meta right now.
Hmm.
Well, how about you?
I mean, see, one of the benefits that TD Poro has is that Baron Buddy's jungler here, Kuronami, is a mid laner with currently one game played this season as a jungler, with just yesterday having to play a Graves jungle, but went 1-8-1 in 23 minutes. So that definitely isn't looking the best for Baron Buddies in the jungle, but I think it's going to be interesting to see the bot lane actually for Baron Buddies. I think bot lane is going to be the main focus point of Baron Buddies, having red on the Jin, the Draven, the Dilution, and stuff like that. It's going to be so helpful. And I actually see them bringing out the Smolder, but sadly, Smolder is banned from play for the next 2 weeks, I think. But
Ooh, yeah,
so
he just came out, yeah, so it makes
we'll
sense. He feels really weak right now, in my opinion at
definitely.
least.
I
But
think he's okay if 'cause many people don't know how to play him yet. I think, again, knowing run away, play him like a scaredy cat, kind of like Ezreal.
he's
But
a bully. He's actually a lane bully. You don't even know about it yet. Like he's. I
mhm,
played him one game. I played pretty well, but my support didn't know how to play with me as Smolder. So
the Smolder's new champ.
being
People
being
gonna
too
have to get used to
passive,
it.
yeah. But yeah, it's just like, ooh. But yeah, honestly, you're talking about the whole Jin Draven shampoo for the Baron Buddies ADC. Well, I feel like this ADC here, Husky Runner for TD Poro, also fits in with his good champ pool. He has Ash who counters Draven and Jin. Yeah, he plays MF and Lucian, so if he wants to go something like pretty meta, go to MF, have really good team fights, it'd be a really big pressure for team fights with R's, even choke points like towards Dragon and stuff. We get either either get two kills on a Dragon pit, or even take Dragon himself with his R alone. He has an Ash with the
Mhm.
with the R's and everything. So yeah, but this started off right now and everything, and that's why they're going for the first ban for ban buddies will be Lilia.
Like you
Um,
said, the Lilia being very prominent with their jungler, just banning out the Lilia to make sure they don't kind of attack or kind of have that easy roam potential, easy gank potential, and that 5-man sleep that can come out. It's just gonna be
exactly.
so powerful.
The high win rate and the high KDA. And the MF ban is now dropped as well for TD Poro. Looks
I'm
like they don't
surprised. I
want
would have especially thought that would actually be on the side of, again, that would have been a ban from Baron Buddies actually, because of course
exactly.
Red doesn't play MF that much, but
Even
I guess they
then,
are scared.
she is pretty broken right now too as well. So I mean,
Of
even
course, her
then,
lethality is incredible. Does kind of suck for any crit ADCs. We all love any ADC knows we all love our crit ADCs, but it's just kind of nerfed to the ground right now.
let me see. Did they get a ban there? I don't think they did.
Uh,
Their
they are
draft
currently
froze.
saying that their draft froze and couldn't pick.
They want to remake the draft now too as well. Oh, it's good now, I guess.
We were currently going to see.
Mm, Oh,
Looks
They
like
banned
it was an Ashe
Ash.
ban, so Baron
Ooh,
Buddy's banned Ashe here, and it looks like TD Pro is gonna miss. Actually, no, gets the Caitlyn ban in
we
right
have
at
to
the
get
last second.
Kalo. Okay,
So we have 3 ADC bans already. I guess you can count Ashe as a
off the bat.
support, but I think it's still more on the side of gonna be an Ashe ADC ban, I think.
Yeah, and that's still
Definitely.
crazy though. Like they have the Ash ban, and then the jungler is now down to like at least one or two ADCs to play now. You know, they banned the MF, and then they had the Ash banned, and now they Mokaiser ban as well. Okay,
Mhm.
so
I
no
think Mordekaiser
Mokaiser.
ban's not bad. We saw it yesterday, not sorry, yesterday, last week's Mordekaiser with TD Pro did pretty well. Although it will be a different person piloting it with JK or JFK playing playing instead of whoever last week's was, which I forgot. But
Ban out everybody's best champions currently right now, which is
yep,
smart.
and that is Varus last ban for DT Poro. Again,
Wow.
that is
Hey,
4 ADC bans right here. That's pretty insane here. Of
are
course,
they trying
trying
to
to
ban out
pinch out the
Red?
red.
Yep, besides that pinch out Red, put him on his on one of his off picks, or even maybe just something that's uncomfortable for him, so he can't play as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of big.
Whoa!
Tarek,
I like
okay.
this Tarek pick. I don't really ever see Tarek, but I think, especially after it gets level 6, and so I will actually suspect a Tarek and Neela because I think that duo is just so good together, being able to have the dashes in, or even if you want like Yasuo
The
Tarek, again,
CC and
something that can
everything
dash
too.
in CC.
Karma over here, that's
And,
smart. The support does play a lot of Karma actually.
man, this might just be a Karma Ezreal pick here. I think that's always good.
Usually
Oh,
you see someone
last.
just oh, usually you see somebody just go straight for Maokai no matter what. It's open, but smart because if you go Maokai here, you can't do anything at all into Tarek. And it's
Mhm.
a Zinzao pick as well.
It feels
Okay,
like it'll be the Zenzel. Good early game, of course. Oh, it looks like last week's top winner was actually Razors for Life for the side of TD Poro. So, yeah, that TD Poro has been subbed out for JFK for these 3 games, or at least for the first game. Of course, all drafts can change within. Now, again, for Baron Buddies, I do think it might be a Neela or Yasuo bot pick, or it could be the Lucian, but I think having Neela, or
ooh,
like I said, the
Lucian,
Lucian
there it
here is
is.
someone that can dash in and get the stun off.
And that's
But
also a pick for the TD Poro ADC as well too. So he has none of his ADCs to pick now that he actually is good at playing.
yes, it definitely he still has the Ziggs, the Kaisa, the Jinx. Of course, not as powerful, but again, I think the biggest my guess is going to be it's going to be an Ezreal Karma Ezreal pick. I think that's always it's been buffed in the latest pat in 14.2. But actually, the Nocturne here, great pick off. Again, lethality always buff. The ultimate being able to gank halfway across the map because of course you can, and the Hex Plate is just very good for Nocturne here. So I will want to see where they'll put it. I'm gonna guess that Nocturne is gonna be really hard on the spot lane here, ganking Lucian as much as he can just to get him ahead. But
And the Jinx, that makes it even better for Nocturne to gank because he can gank early game and Jinx can't do anything at all.
mhm.
Karma can do everything she can, but I mean, if Nocturne's on her, he's on her, and boom, Lucian gets those kills, and then he's fed, and then he's going crazy.
I definitely think this Nocturne, it's gotta time it very well because of course with the Karma stun, as long as he can spell shield that, isn't gonna be too bad. But it's gonna be the timing for Nocturne is gonna be a little hard to try to gank this bot lane because I do think that TD Pro is gonna play very safe to not be ganked. But because of that, the pushing power Lucian and Tark's just gonna have, and from the stuns, from the dashes and stuff like that, it's gonna be a little annoying.
It
But
is.
while we're saying that, of course, so Poro has banned the Ari, good ban against Soul Food being mostly an Ari one trick, but
And Narban. Hmm. That's a Narban, but the support plays Nar. The support already picked.
I think they're scared of. Let's just see which JFK doesn't have that many Nar picks. Of course, I'm pretty sure they're scared of some type of
Like
rotate
Hyper
support.
CC. Yeah,
Also, but
yeah.
also just like rotating the support up to top lane if needed and stuff like that. So I'm looking
Nautilus ban
back.
as well too. Okay, so they don't want to deal with that, but he's hmm.
But Nautilus band. Sorry, I mean that hook is the most broken thing in existence. Of course, it hits. It's a semi-global permanent stun. We should all know that. It goes
Yeah,
through walls at points because it can for some reason.
and if you're not even next to it, you still get hit by it, because why not?
hmm Behind a turret, you still get die. You just still die from it.
Exactly, and it sucks a lot. Thanks, Riot.
Yeah. Well, actually, here we have a free aura ban. I think, of course, pushing powers can be pretty good. Split pushing, always annoying,
Even damage
but
too as well. The
definitely, especially
damage,
with the
she
ult.
she can chunk everybody, anybody in on their team, and then boom, the healing after the ult for the whole team as well in a team fight. Oh, that's big. That could be a really big deal breaker for them. And the Leona,
Ooh.
okay,
Okay, so this might actually be a Karma mid lane, because I don't think it's gonna be a Karma top lane. We haven't seen that in forever.
yeah.
But
Actually,
Karma
the mid
mid
laner
lane,
does play Karma actually.
Azir. They do actually lock in these. Yeah, I always like Azir in pro play. I mean, it does get a little repetitive after the 30th game and straight of Azir, and also having a 25% win rate right now in like the LCK. It's insane. But with lastly being Malphite, I mean, great engage, being able to just knock up anyone on the team and then just pushing him back with the Azir is going to be very powerful for the side of Baron Buddies.
Yeah, with the Gwen pick here, if it's smarter too as well, she can probably bully the Malphite early game, even at 6. Try and get some
Definitely.
games in, try to get some some big damage in there to get him out the game. But this is a good draft, honestly.
hmm
If I'm saying anything, I kind of favor more of the Baron Buddies draft than anything else.
I think
They
the
actually have a
Tars can
really
do a
cohesive
lot.
team. Yeah, the Taric are, you have the Malphite, you have the Azir. Like it's just like if they do everything at once, this is gonna be a whole combo for that they can't even deal with anymore. You have Zinza R though, which is good. Blocks everybody's attacks if he dash out the ring. But I mean, it's still like so much he can do against a Nocturne or against the Malphite when he gets up on him and stuff. Even Jinx, if she gets hit by one R by Malphite, Lucian can go in, Azir can go in with his dash. It's just like there's so much opportunity to take out their DD Pro's best damage dealers or just their win con.
hmm
Even it's just like it's gonna be a really good game, you know?
Definitely.
Even
I think
late
for
game.
TD Pro, their win con is probably gonna be this Gwen. I think this Jinx is gonna be a little hard push in the early game, but I think Gwen, because again, Gwen's gonna help against the turret, gonna help against the Malphite. If Gwen can get in the back line, it's just gonna melt everyone. So I think TD Pro has really got to be playing for their top side for this Gwen here. Oh, Baron, but they can kind of put the resources bot lane, put the resources mid lane as well, because of Nocturne. So I think if, like I said, or like you said, I'm gonna say Baron Buddies definitely has the edge in this draft. But what we will see what will happen in this game, because right now we are in the client draft, so we will see where everyone goes. We are suspecting that's going to be Karma mid lane with Leona support. Of course, sadly, double support items have been banned or have been kind of nerfed to the ground. So we won't see anything crazy like the Rumble Varus bot lane or anything like that, sadly.
Yeah, and that would be really annoying as well too, having the game. I would say that as well too. Rumble and Varus combo together is just gonna be have fun playing the game.
hmm
But yeah, to be honest, who do you favor in winning this game though?
Definitely Baron Buddies just has an easier draft to execute. Now, if Tito Puro gets ahead, that will snowball insane. I think Baron Buddies definitely want to try to get ahead very early because, of course, Lucian's power does kind of fall off late game, but they do have the Azir, of course. So I think Baron Buddies has a little easier time in this draft, but anything can happen in these games.
Exactly. We'll see though. I mean, I will say TD Pro does have a chance in winning. If Jinx gets ahead, they have the good peel for the Jinx and everything. Then it's like they could win off of Jinx's being Jinx. Just her doing her thing, everything. But
hmm
it's just like we'll have to see. We'll see how bot lane plays out. We'll have to see how the jungler pass down and does everything else, and we'll see how everything goes. Excuse me, a second, I get a call real quick. Give me 1 second, actually.
It is Karma mid, so we will see how that's going to go up against this Azir. It'll be interesting. I don't know the Karma versus Azir matchup and everything, because of course you don't see Azir. You see Azir very often in pro play, but you don't see the Karma mid very often in pro play. That's for sure. Of course, in solo queue, you got a lot of karmas, but never an Azir. So I will check that out. But while this is happening, we will cut to a short break. And when we come back, we will be getting into game 1 of tonight's block of 3. So with that, we will see you guys in a couple minutes.
And it's not even a secret. When love isn't enough, you have to move on just to be numb. You know the rules there. No, it's not right. No, it's not right. I'll sleep better at night. When love isn't enough, you have to move on just to be numb. You know the rules there. No, it's not right. No, it's not right. But I'll sleep better tonight. No, it's not right. I sleep better at night.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are now getting into game one here. Of course, actually, it looks like TD Poro is going to go for an invade, or at least try to stop an invade. A little interesting, and everyone's walking up to the top jungle. Or, yeah, I guess here. So they are going to be trying to gank here. Malphite is in the area. I can see because they just did set up a 5-point. Will Malphite spot them? Okay, Malphite does spot TD Poro's advances into the jungle. So it does look like Tark is walking up just to stop any. Isn't Malphite is fine. Gwen is still in the area. Maybe. Karma's still here as well, so it's gonna be interesting to see if that doesn't look like that'll go to anyone or to any no advances. So it does look like the blue buff for Baron Buddies is warded, so they will know that Nocturne is starting at his red, but I don't think that's going to change too much. We do see the Tarek and Lucian actually standing in that bush trying to wait for this Jinx coming down because they do get spotted. Jinx stunned here. Damage from the Lucian getting on here with his Q. Doesn't look like it's going to be much. Actually, the Conqueror is procced there. Conqueror actually press the attack. Actually, sorry, press the attack. Proc there, and quite a bit of damage onto this Jinx. No heal or anything used, but with that early skirmish is going to definitely benefit Baron Buddies to be able to go kind of far. Flash used by the Tark to get on here. Ignite used onto the Jinx. Actually gets a kill even after the flash onto the Jinx here, and that is first blood over to the Tark. All 4 sums used for the side of BB though, so it's going to be a little questionable to see how this is going to go, being that all 4 sums are still up, or 3 of the 4 sums are still up for TD. So while that is first blood to the actually only the Tark, it is going to kind of condemn them to play a little more safe now for another 4 minutes until their flashes come back up. Lucian is kind of forward here though. Does miss cannon. Very unfortunate. But as we see here, Zinzao is just walking up towards his Raptors, trying to clear. It looks like both junglers will just go for a full clear here. Jinx is now back in lane. Still only level 1 though, so is unfortunate. Looks like Tark and Lucian will both back. Gwen is actually walking into the top jungle here to try to stop this take of the blue buff. Does actually look like Gwen is getting kind of chunked out here. Nocturne might actually get this kill here. Zinzao is in the area. No help from the Azir though. Azir's not here. Zinzao jumps onto it, uses his dash, gets knocked out by the Nocturne, flash over the wall by the Nocturne, and does live. But that is flash used by the Nocturne here. Ghost was used by the Gwen, but it's just going to benefit the TD Poro so much because now he's now delayed since Sinzao does get the Scuttle Crab top lane. TP used by the Gwen to get back into lane here. But that Scuttle Crab is going to go, top Scuttle Crab is going to go to TD Poro, and it does look like they're actually going to go for bot Scuttle Crab as well. Azir's just kind of stuck under the turret here, not able to do anything against his Karma, kind of being low on health and mana at that. But with that, it looks like the Zinzao is probably going to go help gank bot lane, of course, after that engage, the level 2 engage actually. But with that, I think because the lane is pushed up bot lane into TD's turret, Zinzao is going to be actually kind of go gank mid lane here. We should see if Zir gets that. Zir does just shuffle out of the way, so nothing wasted too much here. Actually, a little skirmish bot lane. Leona is getting chunked out, but it doesn't look like there's going to be too much. It's just going to walk out because, of course, that is Leona. She is tanky, even early game. Of course, top lane is having little skirmishes here and there. It's Gwen. Actually, it might be a kill here already if a Q comes out from the Karma. Doesn't get it, though, so it does look like Azir is just able to walk away, even without burning his flash. But in her top lane, like, CS is still pretty same. There is no mana on the side, or for the Malphite here, so he will have to be playing a little safe. Gwen is just able to kind of bully him with her Qs and her little snips. TP used into the mid lane by the Azir here. But It does look like Sinzao is actually going to be trying to go for the grubs here. Does ward it, but it looks like it's just going to go back for his first component, his item component here. Nocturne is moving up to the grubs, looking to probably ward, if not try to take, because they don't know where the Sinzao is. TP was used for the Karma to get back into the lane here. Malphite does have TP, but I'm going to guess that he's just going to TP back into lane to try and not lose any CS, because this Gwen is pushing into his lane. Looks like Nocturne is going to be taking the grubs here, actually. Karma is rotating up as well as Zinzao, and actually rotating down is this Gwen. So there is no movement actually from this Azir. Looks like we might get a team fight here. Baron Buddies does get all three, but it looks like Nocturne will die for this. Gets knocked up by the Zinzao. Does go down, does get all three grubs. So it isn't the worst, but it isn't going to be the prettiest for Baron Buddies. That kill does go over to the Gwen, so it is very annoying having the pretty much the carry of TD getting the kill there. But it is still for all three grubs. That wasn't stolen. Actually, Zinzao is walking down here. Might actually get the gank onto the solution. They're going to have to be very careful here. Flash used by the Leona into the wall does fail it. Buzz still able to get damage. Ignite onto the Lucian does get damage on here, but doesn't do enough. The flash out from Lucian doesn't actually get him out to safety. So it does look like the flash from the Zinzao is able to get the kill here. There is still a skirmish down here. Looks like Tark just kind of whacks him with his hammer. Does get the kill on the Zinzao. A little greedy from him. Looks like the minion blocks the little bullet from the Jinx. In top lane here, there was a trial gank from Nocturne. Tried to get on the Gwen, but doesn't look like to go anywhere, and will just walk away from that. Looks like Tark is just gonna back here. Dragon is still up on the table after 7 minutes, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the first dragon here. And the looks like both bot laners are just gonna back. Now, Zinzao is at Krugs right now, looking probably to go gank, or not gank, but actually, yeah, probably, because Malphite is pushing, so there might be a gank onto this top lane. But no, it doesn't look like it, so he will just walk away here. Jinx is still in base, so it does look like Lucian will be able to get the push into this bot turret here. Does look like they do spot out the Leona, clearing out wards. And this Azir is very much pushed up into his own turret. This Karma is just kind of bullying him, even though quite the same CS, there's just so much push from this Karma with so much skill shots and everything being able to just kind of poke out. And, of course, her ult being empowered Qs and everything being able to damage a lot onto this Azir. So, though both flashes are still up for the mid laners, Nocturne is level 6 now, so there could be a potential gank. Looks like they are. Baron Buddies is just going to go and ward this dragon, make sure they're not being on it. They're not going to get on it. Top lane, of course, one kill each, but it looks like it's just going to be kind of a slugfest. Just farm as much as I can. Actually, it looks like there's going to be a stun onto, or a root onto this Karma here, but does miss the Q damage, so not much afterwards. Actually, a level down surprisingly here for this Gwen. I'd actually expect her to be a little higher, but on equal footing, or actually above the Malphite, but I guess not, just from early pressure. But it does look like Karma and Zinzao are walking bot lane here, so this might be either a gank or actually just a dragon take from TD Poro here. And doesn't look like, because it does look like Zinzao is just going to try to go gank this top lane. Azir is very pushed forward, so I want to see if he's able to get out. Most likely going to have to shuffle out of here. Actually, but top lane here is this fight. No mana for the side of for Baron Buddies though right now, and ult was used by the Gwen. Not going to do much. There is no mana, of course, for Malphite, but it does look like he's just going to be safe for the time being. Nocturne is in the area bot lane, still has his ult up. If this Tark is able to get the stun, Tark doesn't have ult though, so it's not going to be much. Ult used by the Nocturne to jump onto this Jinx, flash out by the Jinx. Tark does use ult, just get it. Lucian ult as well, but doesn't get much just because of the minions in the way. So 2 ultimates used by the side of Baron Buddies. Does get the flash and ignite out from TD Poro, but it's just not going to be that. I guess Flash for Jinx actually be very beneficial. So, but does look like low mana costs are going to mean that Lucian is going to be backing here, most likely. While actually top lane, because of no mana, Karma is here trying to tower dive this Malphite, though doesn't look like there's going to be much. Does get the cannon minion luckily, so there's no -1s in the chat here, but does also look like Xin Zhao is just going to go for these grubs here, and in retaliation, there is going to be this first dragon take actually for the side of Baron Buddies. Getting this first Infernal Drake is going to definitely benefit this Lucian, this Azir, and the Nocturne. So I think that's going to be a worthwhile trade for Baron Buddies, being that they did be able to secure the first 3 grubs. So there's not going to be any void grubs on the table here. And of course, bot lane here is just going to be pushed up. Tark is only level 6, but has all 3 kills. So it's a little unfortunate for Baron Buddies for him to have all the kills, but it is what it is.
Hello, launches. I'm back, Arcanes.
Yeah, hi Arcanes. Sound a little
How's
more
the game
higher
so
pitched voice
far?
here, but the game's a little interesting. Been a couple ganks, been some
Mhm.
fights. No really big team fights yet, but actually,
Oh, wait, huge gank, by the way, as we come in, is your ult, the flash forward from Nocturne gets the fear up, but Xin Zhao is here. They can't quite kill the Karma because of all the healing. I don't think that Xin Zhao can get anything back, per se. He's trying to, though. Karma root fizzles, and everything just turns into both duos walking away.
actually Jinx ult was actually used there. Just if you just saw Jinx ult kind of flew past this Malphite, but that was TP. Oh, actually ult used by the Gwen. I don't think it's gonna do much. We'll just kind of push her off, but I think that fight's probably gonna benefit Baron Buddies just because they were able to get. Actually, is gonna be a kill here? Just
Wow.
the Karma didn't have her speed up, so was able to get the kill. It looks like it's just gonna be
Oh.
another backstop by this Malphite. But in that last fight, that was both flash used by the Xin Zhao and Karma's. If you actually saw on the top of your screen, Xin Zhao actually flashed over Raptor's wall, so try to get into the fight to not make so that they could save the Karma. But in that fight, only Nocturne flash was used, so I think it's definitely gonna benefit Baron Buddies just off that little one play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, TP was used into this mid lane by the Karma, just going to try to catch all this farm here. There is a little, about almost 20 CS difference here for the Azir here. The same with bot lane, about almost a 20 CS lead for this this
Yeah, you
Lucian
don't
here.
necessarily pick Karma and Jinx to farm well, though, at least. So it's not exactly the worst for Poro, but it's not what you want to see either.
Actually, especially when you have like an Azir here, just having a farm fest is just hit
Mm-hmm.
what Azir's best at doing and being able to have late game damage. But it does look like Rift Herald is spawning in 30 seconds, so I'd like to see who is going to actually take the initiative here. Is this Tark actually gonna rotate up for this Rift Herald?
Right now, they've got this weird position where Baron Buddy's bot lane is a little zoned out, but Nocturne's here to kind of help them. I don't know if Leona's going to fall for this trick. Jinx does get the push in, so Nocturne's gank just kind of fizzles away, and Red actually loses some CS for that play.
There's just a couple, but I don't know. I think Red might be more mad at the Tark stealing 3 kills here. The Shy is just taking up. The Shy takes kills no matter if he's top lane or bot lane in this situation. But looks like this Malphite, I'm just surprised, is 10 CS behind, but still has a level up. And actually, in this, a health lead as well onto this Gwen.
I think
So
they're looking for a dive here bot lane, though.
I
Nocturne's
don't.
here, no one else is. Karma doesn't have TP, Gwen doesn't have TP because they used it. Nocturne might just go for the invade, so it might turn into nothing. You know, Azir's half health for no reason. So be careful
The
there.
stun just from it. Actually, it looks like Rift Herald will actually go to the side of TT Poro since I was just kind of soloing it, and they get nothing in return. I think that was kind of a blunder.
Yeah,
I think Malphite
Kuronami
here.
looked for either the dive bot lane or the invade, but he didn't get either. So it was just a free Rift Herald for Zen. And now Zen's getting the invade because he assumes that Kuro's also invading the bot side. But it's just gonna actually be Nocturne walking around, not sure what to do. Because unfortunately his team didn't quite set up anything for him.
I mean, it does look like this is just gonna be actually since I was just gonna rotate mid. This is here, but be careful. That's gonna be actually
2v2, Karma's
or
here.
ult.
I don't know if Zen knows. He's taking tower shots, so he's pretty sure. Karma's 1 health. Zen is coming in onto low health targets, but the Azir ult stops everything.
But it
And
says
despite
actually Azir's gonna be okay. If that hit, I would think Azir would have been dead there. But again, I would never watch that. Azir never actually used his ult in that fight. So that's what I was expecting. That Azir's just gonna get the kill onto the Karma, walk away from the Zen, and Zen tries to attack. Just gonna go take it. But that is first turret taken at 15.5, but 15:45 here. But looks like they will get some. The Jinx and Leona is gonna get some damage onto this bot turret here. Does walk out, but of course you have the Lucian, you have the Taric kind of walking down. Next Drake is up, which is going to be like the Hextech Drake, so a little beneficial for the Azir, but it isn't a Hextech Soul, so
it's
we
really
will wait.
interesting to see the Zen Zhao up 10-20 farm against his Nocturne. It's like the opposite of how the lanes are supposed to go. But because this Nocturne ult has like made it hard for Zen to get a counter gank, and just the Azir is so much easier to gank for than a Karma. I mean, it just seems like the Zen has been a farming jungler just by the nature of the game state, despite the obvious contradiction to his kit.
But that is second turret here, and it looks like the Baron buddies will get the second Drake here. Zenzao is just not in the area to take it. And with that, that will be a Mountain Drake, actually. So that'll be Mountain Soul for whoever gets that, of course. Baron Buddies does have a 2 Drake league, so it'll be interesting to see. I think that's going to be definitely beneficial to both sides, actually. But having that shield on the Malphite.
Oh, the cancel! Leona's on Nocturne. Nocturne still has spell shield. She's walking away. Looking for Flash. Flash is over. Leona ult goes wide because of it. Meanwhile, Azir's trying to dive under the Karma. I don't think that he's going to go for anything because he already used ult. So it's just a tower setup. But now he is flanked by a Zen and the Leona. 2 people you do not want to be flanked by. Lucian's here to possibly help. It looks like it's going to fizzle as well. Azir's looking a little aggressive.
Yeah, it looks like Lucian does actually spot out this Leona. Looks like just trying to push him back. Jinx is in the area. I'm saying this Malphite still hasn't used ult yet, though. So I'm still
I
waiting
mean,
for
it
whenever
seems
that
like
happens.
he's in isolation, yeah.
Well, of course, again, against those Gwen, it's just so hard with just the her little zone, we want to call that.
Yeah. Malphite ult isn't really typically for a lane. They've already gotten all of the Krugs, or the Grubs. They did lose out on Herald, like that one play we mentioned, but I don't really hate it, because you're always waiting for maybe an opportunity to teleport Malphite ult, and you're not really supposed to use it in lane, and just nothing has appeared, and that's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's her Hollowing Mist. Yeah, right there, of course. Now Malphite would have an ability, a chance to ult here, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Looks like Malphite is just gonna keep trying to farm. Is slowly getting behind this Gwen here, but I mean Malphite ult is pretty useful, even if
this would be the time.
down.
You see Zen bot lane, you see Nocturne's right here with his ult. I don't think they're gonna go for it, but if it's any time at all in lane, it's gonna be now. Here comes the Nocturne ult. Get the Hollowed Field down, but it doesn't matter because ult brings you in, and Gwen has nowhere to go, and that's the kill for the Malphite ult.
I'm sorry. I actually want to know, because it did look like Malphite was actually out of range, or it was like out of the range of the Hollowing Mist.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I think it counts him. I think it counts him as in the bubble, so the knockup still goes through. It is an interesting interaction,
if he is outside of the Hollowing Mist.
That's a good point. I'm not sure.
It looked like he was outside.
She definitely.
And whenever he did that, and he still got the knockup, so that'd be interesting.
Well, before Gwen's W moves, she cannot physically be outside the Hollowed Mist because it'll move to her. So maybe it was like the point where he intersected with her. Meanwhile, Azir's looking for gets a flash out of Jinx, flashes forward just to R the Zens, and also R's out. That's 2 flashes just for Azir's. They get the turret, so there's no follow up.
Taric ult flash used though, trying to counter something, but it doesn't look like that's gonna go anywhere. So it is kind of a little iffy for the side of Baron Buddies. That Taric flash isn't always the best, but still useful.
Baron Buddies do know that they have to turn this 2-dragon lead into a 1 game pretty quickly because they are against the Jinx Gwen ticking time bomb. So I don't hate their position here. But their luck may run out whenever they play this aggressive.
No!
TP comes in on the Zen.
Actually, the
Or
rift
on the Nocturne, sorry.
the rift tail went the wrong way. Actually got
Leona
a kill
flushes
there.
ult, dies. The Nocturne's going in on the back line, but Tarek is trying to save the front line. Not really sure what's going on. The front to back is so backwards. Gwen is zoning out 3 people by herself and gets on to the Rift Herald. Jinx kills the people diving her.
The wrong way. They're using the rift tail the
They're
wrong
running
way.
away. Rift Herald's gonna suicide. That's fine. Yeah.
He's not gonna do anything. They misplayed the rift tail twice. First, Karma jumps in, goes backwards and hits the wall. Now, after the Azir turret goes down, tried to ride it as well, but went the wrong way. That's twice misplaying the
Azir
Herald
might be
twice.
waiting
That's
for
kind
his
of
ult to be up, by the way. It's up soon, but I think Leona showing up full health is going to discourage him from going for it.
Definitely, I think because of the shutdown, it's not worth trying to go for this Karma kill. And I still think it's hilarious. Tarek is 3-0-2.
So what this play means is that even though it kind of went even, Baron Buddies is happy to back up and take control of this dragon area. They're going to recall right before it spawns. You expect to see some wards out. So far, it's just a blue trinket. Azir actually gets stopped, which is not what you want to see. Azir does have TP, so he can recall TP in before it spawns. But if he gets stopped again, he's in trouble. He gets ulted. He does not have flash. He does not have anything except for ult, and he's not even going to use that. And that's a shutdown.
Oh, Jinx doesn't get the kill, though. So I think
not where you want to see it.
Still...
But I mean, you still gotta say that like they really want this dragon. This dragon means everything. If you can get Jinx 5 minutes of time where she doesn't have to worry about soul coming up, that's huge. So they will take the shutdown on the Leona just for getting the Azir dead. Yes, it sucks. Yes, he has TP, but they want to take this 5v4. Karma is TPing in now. Malphite might try to find her. Finds her instead.
There's
no Malphite ult for this fight. 4v3 still. No Malphite ult. Azir is going to be up before this fight's over, though. You've got to imagine, because this dragon is going down so slow. Lucian going for the flank, not usually where he is, but he can be so safe back there. Leona going in by herself. I think that the Nocturne is going to find exactly onto Jinx, going to half health. Yes, Leona goes down. You're fine with that, but you're not fine with the Jinx going down, which he does. Xin cannot do this by himself, and they lose the 3v4 because Azir is able to teleport in.
But actually, if you saw, what happened was Malphite actually ulted the Karma to actually stop the kill there.
And then he teleported in himself. I kind of missed that at the fray of things, but yes, he flash ulted the Karma, so no Malphite ult, but then teleports in, so it's a 4v4 suddenly, delays the fight. Azir teleports in, and it's not even close once Azir's there. Doesn't even have to use his ult.
So that's definitely going to be, as it's 12-5. It's already a 4K gold lead. Of course, 4K gold lead at 22 minutes isn't the biggest, but it's definitely going to help the Baron Buddies kind of get it. I think Baron Buddies should try and, I don't know, ward Baron.
Does Leona go for this greedy backstop again?
Probably.
She's looking at it. Tarek stops the back, but Nocturne doesn't. That's the one person you don't want. Leona has ultimate. I'm not sure if she's going to go for it. Lucian's not even pathing, so they think that the Tarek is dead or that he can get out. I'm not sure which. Lucian's finally pathing towards, but it's too late. Rooted into stunned, and that's a shutdown on the Tarek.
That was 2 ults used. Of course, Leona ult isn't the longest cooldown in the game. Neither is the Jinx ultimate, but then they're going to be a little happy at that.
Yeah, it's totally
fine. Shutdown. And he also stopped the perfect KDA of this
the most important part is that she does not get the perfect KDA.
It is the shy. He was complaining that whenever he said Deshi, he was like, wait, what? Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah, Deshi, huh? But looks like Gwen is just gonna get this bot lane turret here. There is no, what are they? Objective bounties. That's what they are. Objective bounties on the map, but it's fine. Because
what's not fine is that you want this Jinx to scale up, and she's down 30 CS, and Soul is spawning in 3 minutes. You don't have time for Jinx to get anything. I don't think she's going to have time for IE unless she's holding a lot of gold right now. Because she's not going to be able to clear waves very easily into the Malphite Nocturne. She's not going to be able to get any objectives anytime soon. So what does Jinx do other than have to show up to a soul fight with 1 item and a stick?
Actually, there's going to be a little poke here. It doesn't look like it's going to go.
Oh, she does give finish to IE, so I'm totally off base on that. But still, she's not where you want her to be. Whenever you're talking about a Lucian, he's going to be able to have 2.5 items. Also, they're just on the Baron.
There is vision on there, though, so there might be a TP. There is a TP under the Gwen. Gwen actually TP.
Right, but Gwen can't do it. She's going to try to force the Azir. Azir ult for Gwen is pretty good because you don't have to worry about the Azir ult now, but I'm not sure that Gwen can ever get into this fight, and the Baron is still ticking down. Azir will take the kill because this tower is zoning her out too much. But it is still fair 4v4. No Azir ult. Taric ult comes down. They take it. They get the team. Baron Buddies gets the Baron, and now they're going to get the team fight for sure. Zen cannot do this at full health because Leona's going to go down. Yes, you got the Lucian, but you're going to get stunned up. Karma and Jinx don't have nearly enough damage for this to work. Doctor's just going to jump on Jinx, get her flash, get her heal, and walk up and kill her. Karma might be able to survive with the flash, but you lost the Baron, you lost your Gwen, and you lost your entire team.
Well, I think that was
actually
kind of misplayed.
She's not getting out. I lied.
No, she's not. Not with the Taric stun, not with the Malphite slow and everything. I think of course, Gwen went in a little too ballsy. Thought they could try to 1v1 this Azir, but Azir still had ultimate. Still actually has flash as well, if get out if needed.
I think it's
Azir
just
turret as well.
I think it's just a miscommunication. She thought that Azir had teleport, or she thought she could kill him and teleport herself. Suiciding to stop the Azir teleport would be worth it. They still lose the ensuing 4v4, and Azir didn't have teleport anyway, so it was all kind of moot.
At the same time,
is Leona going to go for the cancel back more time?
No, Zin's just going to walk away. They saw that and they walked away, but I think in this one, if you saw in the Baron fight, Xin Zhao also flashed over the wall and wasn't able to steal, so because of that, wasting flash for pretty much nothing, and then getting ace there, it is kind of be kind of hurtful, or kind of hurt for the side of Poro. They are now at a almost 7k gold deficit, and drag is coming up in 30 seconds. Does look like all four, or at least all four of them are going to go down, with Azir top lane. Going to try to take this top turret, then rotate down with teleport.
Yeah, this should just be an
most likely
open and shut case. Actually, they go on to Gwen. If Gwen can live here, this is a huge cooldown for waste for Kuro. Kuro's just 1v1ing so far. Malphite's here! The shutdown is so huge, and they eat out of the Malphite ult! Malphite's chasing, but he doesn't really have the tools. This is a Gwen we're talking about. The healing should outpace the damage that a measly Malphite can come up with. Yes, they're chasing. Soul is up now. No one's looking at it, though. Veranda and Jinx are just looking at the mid tower, which I think is the right play, but it sure looks weird with Mountain Soul just kind of sitting there. She's gonna TP out, not able to make it whenever it's Malphite. They're still not starting the dragon. This is Soul, by the way, for our Baron buddies, but they've decided, TVD Poro has finally decided to look at it because now they control the map. Nocturne's going to be up in 8 seconds, and because of the ultimate cooldown reduction from the Axio mark, he is going to have ult very quickly into this fight. They're actually looking at just recalling. I'm not sure how this fight goes. It looks like Baron Buddies is still favored despite that huge misplay.
Yeah, I'm very confused why tense. Nocturne even jumped in there. I mean, you don't win against a Gwen. You're still a level down, and still 2 items down at that point. 2.5, at least half an item down. That was kind of a big misplay by the Nocturne, kind of delaying how fast they can take. Because if Nocturne didn't die there, they would have definitely jumped out of the Drake here.
Good ultimate onto Azir. Azir's going to have to look for the suicide all-in ult. Actually, I'm just kidding. There's no follow-up. He's just walking away from Leona. Because there's no damage on the Jinx. So Baron is just simply going to go down to Baron Buddy. Or Dragon is just going to simply go down to Baron Buddies. That's Soul. I don't even know if they want the follow-up fight. There's Malphite ult, so they can certainly take it if they want it. Nocturne is ulting in onto Malphite 3 tanks, but Jinx is just walking away. She doesn't want any part of that, so the 3 tanks will fall. They do get the jungler, sure, but Soul down. Baron's still up for a little bit, and you lost all of your front line.
I mean, they could just go for the end here. There's still a 40-minute death time, or 40-second death timer for the Karma, 40-second death timer for the Gwen.
Yeah, and Jinx is going to have to run away.
Oh, you used medicine, so that isn't going to do much, though.
Not looking close.
No, this definitely was a very one-sided sweep here for Baron Buddies for this game 1. It looks like this will be games. Jinx, maybe actually Jinx is going to.
I can't see Jinx holding here. The turret's going to go down so fast. Lucian could literally just tank the second tower, and everyone else could kill Jinx. And that's just what she has to remember. Plus, there's Taric ult. Here comes Zinzao for the miracle play, but they're all
just going for KD8 at this point. Like they're trying
Azir
to
is going to go down for no reason other than greed. So you like to see it. This is where Jinx really shines. This is where Jinx shines. She has a kill. She's excited. She got unexcited, but you have to imagine Lucian might go down here. Malphite ult comes in. It
Lucian's
doesn't. Oh, the Jinx is so low. She gets a kill. She's excited. The tower is helping her out, and Malphite is just stuck on between two tanks that doesn't do anything. And like his only chance is to maybe kill the Nexus, or I guess he's going for Leona, which fair enough. I think Jinx would literally kill herself just by being close to the Cinder, so she's wisely staying away. Finally, she goes in, gets the shutdown, which is exactly where you want it to be, and I guess it was close.
That's why you don't greed for kills. They were trying to get some kills there just in KDA. They could have hit the Nexus, but they just didn't. They're like, oh, we got this. We can kill them. But with the respawn of the Gwen, with the respawn of the Karma, they just die there. They really... That was just straight up greed, and that kind of puts another good couple minutes, actually, for the side of TD and the pockets, and with minions coming in, they can kind of farm. Of course, that is an open Nexus, ain't going to be pretty, but of course we see here...
Yeah, mid is the inhib you want to be down, at least in this kind of situation. Leona's going a little far for vision, but she's not afraid. Nocturne might be a little bit shy of ulting in again like that, so...
Baron is up now again, so it will be interesting to see if they try to go for this Baron, this early Baron play right on spawn. They have all members here, though. Just going to jump
They
on
are starting a lot of damage onto
Oh.
Leona. No cooldowns used yet. Gwen is here in the back. It's kind of nice because Azir's taking a lot of damage for free. Leona ult is pretty nice as well. Leona might go down. Nocturne is looking for something. Azir's too low to get anything, by the way. Zinzao's here just a suicide to make sure that his backline can hit damage. Isn't dead yet. Malphite ult gets everyone though, and that's going to be the game.
The Wombo combo actually goes off there. That was an amazing combo from the Malphite and the Azir there, kind of getting the knockup. That was so much damage, and that will be the game. 32 minutes.
I mean,
they get the kill. I mean, that is a little
you don't have
unfortunate
to
that they did
R
it,
button on Malphite for the first 15 minutes if you're just going to do that, right?
yeah,
That's what
that
it's
was
for.
just all that was all of their health. Full tank Malphite. But that will be game 1. Wow. 8k gold lead.
Sometimes Malphite just presses R.
Yeah. That's the thing. No matter how behind Malphite is, Malphite ult will always be beneficial. And that just kind of proves it right there.
Yeah, I mean, you drafted the comp for that clearly, and you got all the dragons, so Nocturne for some pressure in the mid game, Lucian for the early game pressure, which delivered, Malphite for standing there and pressing R later in the game. I mean, just completely shutting down the Gwen. Gwen was able to farm, yes, but she was never able to get anywhere just because Malphite said, I'm going to be better in the late game than you. And it was true. Just simply just a factor of the rest of Baron Buddies being so far ahead. Even though, yes, Gwen could 1v1 Nocturne, then Baron Buddies was like, wait a second, we don't have to 1v1 the Gwen. We can just press R on all of them. And that's the game.
Didn't even have to go for the last Baron. So that will be game 1 to the side of Baron Buddies. We'll see where it goes from here. We're now waiting for them to start up the second draft phase. Let's make sure all of my stuff is right. But
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the first draft. I wasn't paying the most attention. It was on my second monitor. It seemed like a lot of 80 carry bands came through. From what I understood, was that from Baron Buddies or Poro?
4.
Do you still have the first draft link? I can check it out actually. maybe.
For that was for the draft link. That was 3 ADC band for TD Poro, and that was a Lilia Ashe and Mordekaiser band for Baron Buddy for the first 3.
That's really scary that you ban 3 lane strong 80 carries so that way you can pick the Jinx. You pick it whenever let's see, blue side. I know how picks work. Yeah, you pick the Jinx after the Lucian Taric, and it just goes down like that. You even pick the Zen Zhao to have stronger jungle pressure. And you've clearly sculpted your draft around this Jinx, and it just didn't deliver.
At the same time, I also think that again they had the Karma pick. I think the Karma was going to be a hey look, we're totally going to play Karma support, pick against it, and then rotate Karma mid. I actually thought that was going to be a Karma Ezreal. I think we haven't seen any teams take out the Karma Ezreal yet, although I think it's just so powerful. So I want to see who's going to bring it out first. Of course, Tark is always fun to watch, being having those flash stuns and everything like that. But we will see what they're going to be picking in this next game while we try and get this draft up.
I'm a little worried for your TD Poro, because they did just completely draft around something that they could not push in. And if you ban bot lane that hard and still lose, what is your plan for the future? Are you going to continue to ban bot lane that far, or is your plan just to sacrifice the bot lane, put it on instead of Jinx, just something that can maybe go even, and draft around top and mid lane?
Hmm. But with that, TD Poro has elected to go blue side this game. So that means Baron Buddies is going to be red side. We will see how this is going to go. That does mean Baron Buddies gets to have last pick, gets to have the counter pick. So it'll be interesting to see. And just make sure right sides. Everyone's getting into their assigned positions. No funny names this time, like as compared to what we usually see in needlessly large rods and Baron Besties for the Sentinel League. Always having those weird and wacky names that are very pushing the Twitch TOS, but it is what it
So
is.
what do we expect for the bot lane of Poro? Because you can't go Jinx. I think that that much is clear.
I think the biggest thing is they banned themselves out. They
Mhm.
banned the misfortune. They themselves banned the misfortune. They also Baron Buddies banned the Ash and got to pick up the Lucian before. So because of that, they kind of limited themselves as to what they could play. I mean, they can this bot lane for the Husky can play the Ziggs, the Kaisa, the Senna, and I guess the Jinx, but it's not the best. I actually wanted to see a Ziggs come out, but again, they are very set on playing this Lucian. I think they want. Looking at it, their Lucian they've played quite a bit actually. Mostly in looks like just yeah, it looks like in ranked actually. So I think they wanted to go for this Lucian, but Lucian got taken away from them. So it's going to be unfortunate for them, but we will see when we get very soon into this next draft. While we wait, seeing the chat here, people are complaining about the votes and everything. Remember, after draft, we do open up predictions. So if you want to go bet on some League of Legends, get some channel points. Because channel points don't do much yet, but they are a power status maybe in the end.
Yeah, and it's nice to always go for the underdog because then you get a lot of points whenever you win, and you definitely
Okay,
doesn't lead to bankruptcy, for
I
sure.
mean for me, what are you talking about? I won on Tuesday's stream. I put 1 point in and I won 17K. So
There you go. It always works out that way. Just always
yep.
believe in the underdog. Always. Sorry
Also,
about this draft delay. It looks
so
like the teams are just having a little bit of delay.
mhm.
So what were you gonna say? Sorry to
I was gonna
interrupt.
say Soul's complaining about stolen points. I mean, you're the one that put all your points on to TD Poro, and Ember just outbid you on the side on Baron Buddy. So I mean, if you actually look at it, you just made the wrong call. Hey, maybe this next game, you never know. Bet again.
I mean, it was just so interesting because it felt like they drafted a different comp than they played. Um, you saw the Zenzao go for some really nice like farm pathing and like counterplays, like that Herald take was really good. But you're playing Zenzao, not a farm jungler, you know?
Mhm.
I feel like Nocturne ganked him before, or ganked more before 6. I wasn't quite in here at that time, so I'm not 100% sure. Um, but I do think that that's a major change that needs to happen in the draft as
I
well.
think that Xin should have been perma top lane there, getting the Gwen. As you saw later, Gwen was able to just kind of delete them if gotten right, if kind of in the right area. So because there wasn't any major ganks top lane. I think Gwen was just not necessarily too far behind, but not far enough ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Up looks like they're saying that Hoodie, the jungler for TD, fell in the toilet. So waiting for them to
Classic.
get out. Yep,
Yeah, well, you know how it is. Sometimes you just want to think really hard about the draft after the last game. I bet,
definitely.
like, especially for the coaches, because like you draft this comp and then your team plays completely different than you expected. It's like, do I tell them to do something different, or do I accept that they are who they are, and that's what makes them special, and I draft around that.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm expecting to see some nice farming jungler pick. Um, maybe a really safe AD carry like Ezreal or Ziggs. Um, and just a little bit. I mean, it's like similar play, different champions, or way different play, similar champions.
Hmm.
How it looks like we're
And
in the
we're
draft.
already in draft because they never told any of us. Okay, we're into this. So that will be a Nocturne and Varus Banfist out of Poro, and Baron Buddies is gonna ban the Misfortune and Mordekaiser, and Lucian ban's gonna go for Poro.
I don't think shifting your AD carry bands is really going to be the way out of this. I could be wrong for Poro. I do like the Nocturne ban adaptation though, however. And I feel like if you put the Baron Buddy jungler on something that's a little bit less gank heavy, it might go a little bit better as well. I'm curious
Mm.
what their blind pick will be though.
Lilia ban I think is expected. Miss Mordekaiser ban same as other. They didn't ban the Ashe though, so I want to see if they maybe even pick up the Ashe, pick up the Caitlyn that wasn't banned here.
Ashe would be excellent for Poro's AD carry, I think, in this kind of situation.
Hmm.
Obviously, I'm only talking off of seeing half of one game, so maybe you just try it again, or the Karma pick again is not
Or just first pick
unreasonable.
the Karma like they did
Mhm.
last time. I mean that's fine. Didn't do much last game though. To be honest,
But
there
this
wasn't
is
much
still a
card.
flex. This is still a flex.
This is
You
still a
have to
flex.
respect.
However,
uh,
the support for TD doesn't actually play Karma like at all.
Okay, well, maybe it's not
So
that much of a flex, but you never know.
it would be they've played this entire season one game of Karma. Last season
Mm-hmm.
they played not a single game of Karma. So not the biggest flex. But looks like the Millie will be picked up for for Baron Buddies. I think it's always Millie was just a pretty good champion actually. People kind of sleep on him because of course he's a little boring, but
Oh, this is
Millie
completely different. Milio Aphelios, great lane. Not one you usually see at this rank. And I
definitely
think
more of a pro type. You definitely see this in the LCS, the LCK more
it's
often
also
than
just a
not.
completely different texture that Poro didn't force them off of. You know, there were still so many AD carries that bot lanes that Baron Buddies could have picked, and now they're playing a completely different bot lane despite crushing it last time. So I'm kind of curious if that's going to bite them or not.
Mhm. Ash pick is gonna come out for Poro here. Of course, great pick. Of course, it's still a flex pick technically. Karma mid, Ash support. You never know, but of course, Ash. I think the Husky is pretty good on Ash here. Great stuns, auto attack speed, very good. Just the slow and everything, and of course the
It's
ultimate is just
very
always
interesting.
annoying.
Okay, these two picks, I'm just gonna say it. Like they seem good for how Poro played last game, but they do not seem good based on the first two picks of Baron Buddies. I mean,
Mm-mm.
Poppy, I think, is okay without the ability to
Oh.
W anyone, but it must be said that there are no dashes currently. And Ash is not amazing into the Milia, right? Unless you are him, the R button is not gonna do an amazing amount.
Mm-hmm. Malphite, Poppy can stop Malphite ult or no?
No, he is unstoppable.
He's
That would
unstoppable.
be way
Okay,
too broken.
but to
And it'd
say,
be
yeah,
really funny to pick Malphite into Poppy.
but to say, I was about to say, like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. Is it- a Gnar ban for this Baron buddies. I don't understand why they keep trying to ban this Gnar unless they're scared of some type of uh, maybe switch around because the support is the one that plays the Gnar. So unless they're allowed to that, I don't think it's the best ban.
Maybe they just didn't quite do their scouting right, or maybe they think that their support is just able to like tell their top laner what to do at all times and play through them just verbally.
Could be. Maokai ban I think is really good for Poro. It's just always a great champion. And Fiora ban from Bear Buddies stops it. And there is the Azir ban. So
I
with
am
that,
curious how they finish off this draft for TD Poro. Um, their top laner is gonna have to really show that they can outdeal this Malphite because yeah, you did great in lane versus it. Malphite didn't even get to press R for a long time, but that's not going to be enough whenever you draft something like Karma Ash as your other main carries.
I actually want to see is this Poppy gonna go in mid or not mid, jungle or top lane. We do see that
Hmm.
Talia here. I mean, you don't really see her often, especially in this elo, but the wall is always very beneficial, stopping any engage, forcing the others to kind of flash over the wall or get ulted by the Malphite. So I think it's not a bad pick here. Will be a little hard to pilot, I guess, but we'll see. Victor.
Ooh, so it is a flex at the end of the day.
So does Karma Ash bot lane? Unless it's Victor top lane.
I guess. I do like Ash Karma bot lane. I'm not sure that I would have picked Ash specifically here after the Milio pick. But at the end of the day, it is the adaptation that I really was pushing for at the end of game one. So I think that that is beneficial. Silas Jungle
Oh.
is another jungler like Zen that I'm not entirely sure really befits TD Poro's jungler. But
This might
if
be Poppy jungle, Silas top lane, or Silas mid lane, Victor top lane. There's so many weird
I
combos that
guess
they
so,
can
yeah.
do.
That's true. That's
Poppy,
true.
Silas jungle, Poppy support, Karma mid lane, Victor top
All right.
lane. I mean,
Between Silas and Poppy Jungle, Silas Jungle does not look amazing here. It's definitely one of those other aggressive junglers, so you gotta tell Hoodie, hey, you gotta be ganking constantly. However, as a champion, Silas is amazing here.
what
I
is it?
okay.
This is Talia jungle?
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is Talia
I
jungle.
think
I guess because Kuro Nami is the jungler right now for Baron
mhm.
Buddies. Is actually a mid laner for Baron Besties. So it is a little interesting to see. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is very confusing draft here from both sides. That's gotta be a Talia jungle, I guess. You never see that like ever though. Great gank potential with her ult, but still, this is
Yeah.
very
Um
interesting.
Silas has the best R buttons possible, I think. I mean, obviously LeBlanc
Talia,
is the
Malphite. I mean, they
best,
don't
but
have Maokai though. You don't have Maokai. You don't have
I
Azir
guess
though.
so. You're really happy to pick Silas here.
Yeah.
I just am not sure that Hoodie Man can really just completely switch up what he was doing and go from that econ farming jungle that he tried to play on Zen and not try to do that on Silas, which is not really possible. Obviously, if it is Silas Lane and then it's Poppy Jungle, I think that works out as well. But at the end of the day, then you've got one of the mages top lane, and they're kind of vulnerable to a gank early from Talia, and it's kind of the same story where Poppy needs to defend the top lane.
Mhm.
Can't really be that econ jungler. So
Oh,
I like the
I told.
adaptations that TD Poro did, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure it's enough.
No, I got the draft. Karma top lane, Ash and Poppy bot lane. Whoa. I still have no idea. Okay, there's a guess as Silas jungle, Poppy top, Victor mid. But again, they can switch it up all the time. Again, I don't see Silas jungle very often. Again, that is good. LeBlanc jungle, you never know. But just such weird comps. I think whole point of picking Ash here is just ult and ult Aphelios, Milio ults, and Milio's ult is on I think a longer cooldown than Ash's ult, so that's probably what they're look the Ash pick is looking for. Force out Milio ult or Milio force out Milio ult faster, and then use the ult to just slow Aphelios down to where he can't even walk away from the fight and just kind of dies.
Yeah, I don't know. We're about to be able to confirm what roles these Poro champions are going. And then of
Mhm.
course obviously confirm that it's not something like LeBlanc jungle as well.
I mean, yeah.
Very
After
soon.
when double support item was actually good, I think double support item should have stayed because he had fun stuff. He
I
had the
mean,
weird. You have
you
an
had
orange
fun stuff.
support. Ion
at like
support.
the expense of like a playable game.
It's still not the worst. But let's see who top lane is going to be here for Poro. Of course, it's either going to be Poppy or Silas. I don't think there's going to be much other than that if they want to bring out, I don't know, Victor top lane as top lane. You never know. So Silas top lane.
Oh, okay, I like this.
So this is gonna be Silas top lane, Poppy jungle, Victor mid.
You know,
That's my guess.
I said that the mages were going to be kind of vulnerable top lane, but with how passive the Malphite played last game, maybe it's an adaptation that you're like, you know what, we can pick anything top lane. It will scale. And instead of
Mm-hmm.
being the Gwen, what if it's just another Malphite? You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Malphite
that
ult
seems
into
pretty
Malphite
good.
ult.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why not? They did a really good Malphite art. Why don't we do a really good Malphite art?
So this will be a Talia jungle for the side of Baron Buddies, and it's gonna be again Poppy jungle with Victor. I gotta see, make sure they lock it in and not lock in Karma here. But okay, it does look like it's gonna be a Victor mid lane for TD Poro, and so it's gonna be
Yeah,
a
no
Victor
surprises
into
left.
LeBlanc. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. See any weird LeBlanc tech come out here.
I'm expecting
Maybe.
to see teleport LeBlanc. We'll have to confirm that in game. Um, it's obviously very much dependent on the player. I think the teleport LeBlanc is usually better, especially if you're picking something like Aphelios, Milio, Malphite. But you never know. Ignite's fun.
So it's just gonna be Ash Karma bot lane versus Milio at Milio Aphelios bot lane. You don't no like, no weird Silas support or something like that, but it's fine. We'll actually
You
see
know,
this Karma being support instead of mid lane, so that's interesting.
I think after game one, this is the best draft that Poro could have asked for. And I'm kind of curious if it'll work out for them. Uh, you put Baron Buddy's bot lane on something completely different, try to make them switch up the tempo, and you don't put the pressure on your AD carry by making you the aggressive one, but you instead picking something like Ashe, where you know what, if it goes the same way, where yeah, you're behind an item, you still have an Ashe art, it's still fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Poro's got to be very happy with their draft, but it's still gonna come down to player execution because I was not seeing. I mean, the jungler did pretty well, but I was not seeing enough for just the draft difference to overcome the gap of last game, if that makes sense.
Well, we will be getting into this game, but before that, we will have a little short break here, of course. So, again, everyone, predictions are up for next like 3 seconds. But with that, we are going to cut it to a break, and we will see you guys in a minute. Take care.
the boiling desert road, heading far away to some place we don't know. Is it true all the things they say, that we will come to an end? Is it true all the things they say? Maybe we could pretend. I don't wanna let go of your love. I don't wanna let go of your touch. 'Cause my sun is rising, it's heading with you. I'm never letting go of your love. I don't wanna be left by the side, 'cause I cannot get you off my mind. I will never, ever let go of your love. I'm never letting go of your love.
Shit, I'm decked out and I'm rolling. Rolling out, no controlling. DNA ain't no hoeing. Jumping deep, never put no toe in. Stepped out and I'm growing. Every day I've been growing. Never know where I'm going. And your bitch like how I'm flowing, flowing.
I don't wanna be left by the side, 'cause I cannot get you off my mind. I will never, ever let go of your love. I'm never letting go of your
We are back, everyone, for game 2 of TD Poro versus Baron Buddies. It looks like a very weird scramble around here. It looks like they're playing, they're just shuffling around.
It
Looks like
makes
it's just
sense.
gonna, I mean,
You
yeah.
really destroy someone who face checks you level 1, and they are putting a lot of effort to make sure they are not in a place you're typically expecting. Red sees them, but Aphelios or Silas starts
Ooh,
E, so Red has to flash. And that is a level 1 advantage that you got purely from just understanding what you
walking.
wanted to do. Yeah. Just following a plan and following it through, you get a flash.
Because here the LeBlanc does get some vision onto this blue side, or onto, yeah, the blue buff for TD
By the
Poro,
way,
but I
that's
don't
a
think it's gonna be,
ghost poppy. That's something I don't often see.
because
It's gonna
that's
be
not even
kind of
Hex
interesting.
Flash. I mean, that's kind of unfortunate because you don't even have Hex Flash, right? That's definitely gonna be way more beneficial. Hex Flash is just so beneficial for Poppy.
It's also Dark Harvest, so y- maybe
Did
we
they
will see
forget
more
runes?
ganks. It could be a visual bug, I guess.
I don't
Because
think
like
it's a visual bug, because
yeah, you
both
don't
went Dark
usually see Dark
Harvest, right?
Harvest. Yeah,
Yeah, this is
I could see it from Talia maybe. I'm personally greedy and go first strike, but not the worst to go on Talia. Poppy, I don't think I've ever heard of it ever.
no, definitely not. I don't. There's no use to go that. I usually go like Guardian or something like that, just for the aftershock, just for the damage or for the shielding. But
So full clear, opposite side starts from junglers. This is pretty good for TD Porto. They're pathing towards the Aphelios that doesn't have flash. I really like that.
level 2
Meanwhile,
advantage
Talia's
here.
pathing towards this Malphite with no mana. And is getting pushed in, yes, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be that gankable. And I am sure that she's going to struggle to get that crab with the top lane like it is.
Does actually, so it actually is just gonna be a 3 camp into bot scuttle, because you see that it was just blue buff and Gromp, now into red buff. And Silas doing pretty well on the level 2 advantage there. Pushing him out.
Yeah, Red has
Talia
gotta
is.
be careful though. He is pushing into a Poppy with Ghost and Dark Harvest. Like that Poppy is here for blood. She's even skipping every camp except for the blue buff. They don't have a ward, obviously. This isn't a ward that you expect to place. Camera's popping away at the wrong time. They have no flash on Ophelio, so you know that's a kill. He's
Doesn't get the
not
wall hit,
into the
though.
wall though. That's not good enough. You get the support, so it's not a complete waste of time. You're like, it's a good thing, but you're really unhappy with it. What is that?
And a game pause.
I mean, yeah, well, that's also cool. Really good crash from Silas here, by the way. Notice that he's crashing before Talia even has time to come here. She's full clearing. She would have to be prepared to come for this gank. And even then, Malphite is not really going to add the CC that Talia needs to get the kill on Silas. So this Silas pick has been perfect. And I do like the adaptation for Honeyband. I mean, that was a Zenzel-like play. You got a Dark Seal stack. You would have liked the E to get a stun. Maybe get the cleanse out of red. Maybe don't E at all until you're behind him because he doesn't have flash. But you can't really complain with a kill. So, you know.
Yeah, they get the Milio. It does use the Ignite and uses the Ghost. That is First Blood, though. Going over to the Poppy, so not the best. You could have, again, if you could have been on the Ash if you really wanted to, if you try to time it right. But it is what it is for Poro. Of course, if you see in the one frozen screen, we have a huge wave getting pushed up into this Malphite, with Malphite only now leveling up to level 3. So that was a 2-level advantage to the side of Silas.
Oh yeah, JFK
So
played this perfectly. It is a little scary to stack a wave like this whenever your jungler's pathing away and the enemy jungler is probably pathing into you. So it is scary. But given the fact that Malphite is so far behind and you're so mobile on Silas, if JFK is confident enough in this push, I mean, there's nothing Talia could do, and there's certainly nothing Kuronami could do from his red buff. So just played beautifully from level 1, basically.
Well, from this, it does look like we might be getting into game soon. Was just a ready check, and then both said yes. But there we go. We are now in. Of course, we
There's
will
no way
still
he goes for the greedy dive, is there? He has the heal, he has the flash, and he's gonna die for it, but it's so worth! Because there's so many minions that now Parade is losing, and it feels so bad to get to right after a pause. Like, how do you handle that?
Well, I am surprised. The flash behind the turret actually definitely saved Malphite a little bit, because then actually forced out the flash from the Silas and still getting the kill. So while you do lose the wave, it's not the worst trade ever, because of course, still got the kill and everything, but definitely still beneficial for Poro here.
Victor also doing very well into this LeBlanc. Just able to make good trades, able to get the wave pushed in, able to have a CS lead. All the lanes are playing so much better than they did last game.
As we see here, Poppy is finally clearing out her jungle for the for a full clear here. Looks like top lane is gonna have the same level advantage now, or not same level advantage, but same level here. Both level 4 now, because Silas didn't TP back into lane while Malphite did, just to get back to his wave as quickly as he could.
I'm a little bit worried for TD Poro here. Their bot lane's playing aggressive whenever they really don't have the comp for it, and they don't have the vision for it. They know Talia has nowhere else to go. Talia's not really going to gank the Victor, and she's certainly not going to gank the Silas. So you're pushing out, your jungler's on the opposite side, you're just begging Talia to come. And she does nothing. So maybe it was all for naught. But I do think it was a little risky there to play so aggressive.
Does get the Scuttle Crab back. Scuttle Crab hasn't been taken top either. So, does look like they will spot out the Malphite here. Not
Good
level 6 though,
stun.
so it's gonna get out. But Silas is low here. But it does look like
He's
is
low,
going
but
to
he's
commit.
Silas, and it's Malphite, right? There's no Malphite ult, so you're not scared of the burst damage. He has no mana. You can just trade with him and then leave the wave where it is.
It looks like they are just gonna get Grubs here actually. With that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that Talia is gonna go for the dragon just for the trade, but they must assume.
Kuro's a little lost here, right? Just like last time, whenever she wasn't sure to go Herald or not, she's looking for a gank mid. There's nothing. You can't dragon now because you don't know that Poppy's on jungle. You probably assumed that she's on Gromps, But
There is a
or-
ward there, so they are pinging the
Okay, okay, they
Silas.
do now.
They are pinging it, but they're just not committing to it.
Oh, LeBlanc
Actually,
6 here. Victor has no mana. I think this is a solo kill. Rooted under tower, flash in, gets 6. That's not
No!
fair. And Victor gets the Verinda gets the solo kill back because the minion dies.
Didn't get the Q. The big thing is, I think LeBlanc was trying to get her Q off, but her Q just wasn't up, able to actually hit the Victor. So
I mean, I may have certain feelings about level up. Oh, Talia coming in with the flash, not able to get the kill either. A little bit more fair that she didn't get that kill, but I am really upset on the behalf of Soul Food. Level ups like that are just the worst.
but I think from this that this is already a 1K gold lead. At
Oh,
6
Malphite
minutes,
versus
of course.
Malphite ult. I'm not sure if either have enough mana for it. I believe Silas just gets the ult for free though. He's not choosing to use it. LeBlanc's roaming up, has more items on the Silas as well, I think. But it looks like Silas expects it, gets a really deep ward in the river, and it's fine.
Looks like Silas
Again,
will have
Malphite
enough
does not
mana
have
here,
much
actually.
mana. He just uses it a little bit there, so there's no ult coming out except for from Silas. So this is another solo kill from Jay.
Oh, with the minions stopping? Oh my god! Flash forward from the.
I think Talia gets something here. It might just be a support, but they're pretty happy with that. Flash out from Ashe is pretty good. Root from Karma means that there's not actually going to be kill on Ashe, and Karma lives too. Poppy's here to say something about it. I'm not sure where Talia goes. Flash away from Milio. Aphelios has no flash now, but the jungler goes down, and Kuronami is just not having the same game that he was last time. The dive comes in, but there's enough mana for R! So Parade turns it around and gets a solo kill onto JFK.
I was say that was about to be insane because that was actually a really great buffer from the Silas there. Actually did grab the Malphite in midair, but it does look
Brenda's
like this
here. There's no
small.
mana for Malphite, but he is pretty tanky. Does not get the R button correct, but R button's just a little slow, not quite the right macro. The Q in, but not the auto attack.
Oh,
The
it does
E
get the
comes in and
Q.
kills it.
The
A little
Q.
sloppy, but you'll take it.
That was a little iffy, but that is gonna put TD is just kind of very far ahead
Poppy
now.
behind LeBlanc. I don't think this has kill pressure. There's no Poppy ult, so you're just trying to get her to stop hitting the tower. And you know what? That works.
That was almost half her health though, so it was quite a bit. First dragon still hasn't been taken yet. It's kind of like last game where it was just a very late dragon take, but I think Baron Buddies is gonna have to look at it because of course they are 2K behind now. Top turret is kind of getting destroyed by the Silas. Both have ult now, but of course can't take the Malphite ult just yet. Has to wait for the cooldown for that.
Might go in anyways. Hit some minions. There's not much damage follow-up after you E like that. You do get a little bit of healing from the W, but it's not a trade you really accept in this kind of lane. By the way, props to Hoodie. He absolutely is playing this game a lot more in tune to what the comp needs than he did last game. And I think that's... By the way, Parade has both games tried to go for these really greedy freezes. JFK tries to punish there, but it's not happening. So now the wave is in a horrible place. Talia's in the area as well, so it's just all nasty. Obviously, if Talia comes, that is a dragon for TD Poro, so I'm not sure that JFK should really be worried, but this freeze is brutal.
Why
they might get
is
punished for
Malphite
it.
just walking?
Talia's coming, so I will expect to see Poppy on Dragon. There it is. Malphite has no mana, but it doesn't matter. JFK tries the cheeky ult out, actually gets the E out, goes back in because I'm pretty sure he's dead, yes. This is Dragon for TD Poro, though, so they're not going to really be upset.
This Milio is questionably positioned. Does look like he's able to get out, but if they don't disengage here, that could have been a kill. Ashe ult is up. No flashes or anything, but still, the ult is just so powerful. Poppy's in the area as well with ult with the ghost. Looks like there's going to be just some poke damage from the Aphelios, but
Kuro
think
is
bot
going to
lane's
get
gonna
the
be much-
reward, by the way, of not just the kill there, but also the blue side of TD Poro, which is going to be a really nice paycheck. Might even go for the Void Grubs. Electing to go for the blue buff right now because I think the Victor roam would be a little powerful. So I don't
also
hate
the
it.
ult from Aphelios missed.
Oh, I totally missed that miss. That's unfortunate. Let's just not mention it, actually. Nothing happened. Visual bug.
Oh yeah, visual bug definitely.
This
But-
visual bug is going to make it kind of dangerous to stay under tower, though. You still have Millie ult, so Ashe ult isn't that scary, but it still does damage, you know?
Oh yeah, actually had to flash over the wall. I just saw it to get out. So it does look like Poro is just gonna get all 6 of the Void Grubs here. And just with that, Poro, oh my, almost a kill onto this Felios, but this is just old taken. But it doesn't look like there's gonna be much there. This is just putting Baron Buddies just on the back foot. They're gonna be so far behind if they keep continuing
Sulfate might
this
be
game.
playing too far aggressive, by the way. He's not fearful of the Poppy, and I guess it's fine. You know, Hoodie ghosted, but this is just not quite the wall angle, so ends up not being a big deal. However, Silas is going to find a big deal to Kuronomi, trying to farm into a Silas with a Malphite ult. That is one scary Silas.
Ooh!
That kill from the support Karma, by the way. No assist from Ash. Just that much damage. And Red is trying to play a little greedy. I think you could have definitely given up that wave and been fine. But now everything is a little bit scary.
I mean, there was all Hextech Alternator picked up here, so I mean that is AP in anything that is just AP
man.
Karma. So that is like
There
huge
is Malphite
damage.
ult here. It comes down, but now Poppy is here trying to get the Dark Harvest stack. Flash out for Malphite. No flash for the next couple of fights. Poppy's going to be able to knock up, and get the JFK the kill. And that's just Parade saying like, well, you know, you killed my jungler, but I'll be safe for sure, right? Because now you used all the cooldowns on the jungler. And then another jungler comes in and kills you.
And we saw last game. If you thought last game was a stop, this one is just an absolute beat down. I mean, 4K goal lead only at 12 minutes compared to 22 minutes last game. So Poro definitely cleaned up their act from game 1.
I mean, I like the draft adaptations, and again, Hoodie Man is playing completely different game. I think everyone else is playing pretty similar, but Hoodie's just completely decided, you know what? I'm going to do that, but completely different, and it's working out really well. Kuro's going for a really greedy counter jungler. Victor's coming down to stop this, but they don't exactly know. I think they have an idea because Karma now face checks. Victor is here.
Down, yeah.
There's no CC yet, but here comes the amazing gravity field that will not let Talia go. He has to flash out, though, because of the burst from Aphelios ult, so it doesn't actually turn into anything. Hoodie's here, and he's, again, not into a wall. Just a little bit off.
So I mean, that was flash used by the Victor and ult as well, but there's not much given up there. Looks like ult was used by the Aphelios, but it doesn't do much. Karma ult
LeBlanc's behind Ash. Velios has to flash cleanse out, but then Ash has to flash past him. I don't think that you're going to get the counter kill on Red. Talia's coming in with no health, but it doesn't matter because it's actually Aphelios that dies to the TPing and JFK. Now Kuro's in a lot of trouble. I don't see how she ever escapes. LeBlanc's coming in to try to stop JFK. Malphite has ult. The double ult's going to come in, but the Cypher gets a flash. So this healing is a lot. The root from LeBlanc is a lot of damage, but the shielding is too much. And both top laners teleport in. At the end of the day, it's a 2-for-1 for Poro.
I'm assuming that they're going to try to tower dive, but it doesn't look like they are going
I just don't have enough CC to try to tower dive. There's only damage on the LeBlanc, and it's so dodgeable by Silas. And there's so much shielding from Karma. I'm not sure it's really possible.
But that will mean that this is first turret gone.
By the way, Ash Arrow is still waiting. Milio does not have ult. LeBlanc comes in, but again, it's so dodgeable, all the damage. But there's no Ash Arrow yet, it looks like. And now Aphelios is here, so I think it'll all just fizzle out. Dragon is spawning soon. All the major cooldowns are up except for Malphite and Silas ult, but they will probably go over their respective ways top lane. Meanwhile, Poppy's just sneaking away and doing the Herald, which is pretty great.
They have no way to contest it. They don't have the lane.
Oh, root onto Ash is kind of scary. Not that scary.
Ash still has ultimate. It's fine. And of course, Karma doing insane amount of damage with. And she has Hextech, and now she has the Codex. So this is just turning straight up into AP Karma. Would have thought she would have gone something like Ardent or something like Ardent. Or...
Clea's looking for a wall. I'm not sure if Karma. Yeah, I don't think it's actually happening. But there's no wall cooldown, so I'm just totally wrong.
But it just looks like that will be second dragon actually to Poro. There's just no way they can contest, not with the Victor there as well as both bot laners. I mean, you can maybe get
I
an
respect it.
Aphelios out here, but
You're just gonna
they
try
have
to
vision
scale.
there.
I don't like this though. Why are you
And
trying to scale by giving up the dragon and then you're gonna face check try against 4 people? That is absolutely a free kill for Verinda, gifted to them by Aphelios, by Red and the Shy. It should be said. Meanwhile, Kuro's looking for a pick here. Malphite ult is kind of scary. The first comes from actual Malphite, then comes from Silas, but the E from Talia means nothing can happen because the Unstoppable doesn't come out if you E first on Silas instead of
It's a
R.
good
Verinda's
backpack.
teleports in for no reason. Might get the stun onto Talia, doesn't even. I'm not sure anything comes out of this. Maybe you protect the tower. Meanwhile, Poppy has let the Herald bot lane, and it's getting the tower at least to maybe a little bit more damage.
And that was TP wasted from the Victor, but thinking that is still so beneficial for Poro, being that they're able to get the bot turret, they're able to push out the waves and everything, and get the dragon as well. It's just this is just gonna be such a hard game to kind of come back from, because that is actually Horizon focus for the Karma. This is full AP Karma, AP Karma support. I mean that. I mean, I guess her ultimate's insane, great AP per, percent boost and stuff like that, and that'll be top turret as well for
Silas
the
is
Victor. But
TPing
it's
bot
just
lane behind the bot lane of Baron Buddies. There's no follow-up here. They get the Malphite TP. Malphite does not have ultimate. I think that's LeBlanc, actually. LeBlanc comes in. Malphite ult does not do enough damage, and JFK is just alone.
and that is a kill to the Aphelios, who really did need it.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
guess JFK's head just really did that. I mean, I don't
waste
know.
actually it wasn't even a teleport, so I mean that's a good kill for them. They won't get bot turret off of this though. I don't think they don't have enough
I'm
minions
pretty
for
sure
this.
they do. There's no one in the area. Victor's finally coming, but it's going to be a wave away. There's so much wave clear from Aphelios, and Victor can wave clear, yes, but Aphelios has so much range and so much damage, and the tower is so low. I'm not sure that he will be able to protect the tower. We'll have to see.
This looks like they're just gonna get
Talia's
out
in the
though.
area. Okay, yeah, they're just backing off. I'm wrong.
Again, there was a lane swap already with Karma and Ash going mid lane, trying to get that, trying to just get the CS there, trying to get more turrets, or at least push the wave in. But because Talia and LeBlanc are there, they're gonna have to back off. They can't kind of contest tier 2. Drag is up in 2.5 minutes, but Baron is up actually in 2 minutes. So, excuse me, will be interesting to see if if either team is gonna try to get the what is it? Get Baron on spawn.
Yeah, so far it is the purple sweep for Poro. They've gotten all 6 grubs and the Herald. I imagine they won't be getting the Baron that easily, but you never know. LeBlanc going in for some damage here, but there's an Ash arrow, so you gotta be really careful.
And there's
Malphite
also a
does have
Karma.
R. 2v2 up here is kind of scary for JFK. I'm not sure that he has a... Oh, the Talia damage is just so much, though. Malphite R comes in just a second too late, and Talia's dead before anything can be done.
The
And
flash
now
in
your
from
Malphite
the
walking away has the flash, which is a flash down for the dragon fight in 2 minutes, by the way. And Kuro is just not finding his footing in this game.
again there, the flash ult from the Silas really did save the Poppy there. Getting the kill on the Kuro just so quick, just so
Aphelios is going to
quick.
take no damage. Never mind. Okay, Parade. These freezes are getting a little ridiculous. Like, yes, it looks cool, yes, for Malphite, but you have to be a little careful. That one was definitely pretty
Wa-
greedy.
Not moving at all is not going to be very good. Actually, Silas is in
Okay,
the
JFK
behind.
is doing this again. I'm a little scared for him. Gets the only oldie ult on Milio. It's a good flank, except there's just no follow-up, so...
They still don't actually get bot turret here. It looks like they will get it though in the end.
Oh, that's so
Ooh,
much damage on Aphelios. That's Karma support, by the way.
this is
There's a lot of
This
Milio
is-
healing and shielding, though, so I'm not sure the dive is really possible. But 6 Void Grubs means that that tower is under pressure.
that is just so, and that's from one item as well. If people
Yeah,
have to
and they
understand, that's
have
from
to
one item.
back. It's a little close to Dragon spawn time. I'm a little bit worried for both teams. There's no vision in the Dragon area at all. Poppy's here, but it's LeBlanc, so whatever. They're getting Prio, and the best vision sometimes is just mid push, bot push. I mean, that's a lot of vision. But there's not a single ward in the bot side jungle for either team. Nope, just a pink ward now and try. It might have been before.
Leave it to Talia.
Oh, Talia has to face
Whoa.
check, takes a little bit of damage for it. And
Fox is
now
in the
she's a
area.
face
It's
check
gonna be
again.
a...
She doesn't even have a ward down, so E knocked directly into a wall again. The stun from the Talia E. I'm
No
not
ghost
sure
though, because
if
Poppy already
Poppy can get
used
it.
ghost, but I
Yeah.
think
Oh, and now
they have
Milio
to
has to
back.
face check. Like, look how dangerous it is for Baron Buddies to exist near this dragon.
Of course, I would of course say, oh, Baron now, but they're just gonna take the drag so quickly. It's just no use. They can't go to Baron because they're just gonna. Wait,
Malphite does
why
have
would
R
you?
again. They might go for the fight here afterwards. I think that's what they're setting up. Talia is going to be late, but Talia can be late with the wall. It's fine. Malphite might look for a TP, but the... Oh my gosh, Aphelios ult just completely whiffs and they have to call it off. That's so sad because it looks like it's going to hit everyone and it just goes slightly through 2 people. It's not a bad ult by Red at all. It's just barely pixels off of hitting everybody.
I'm just surprised that Poro hasn't been able to like push their lead any further. It's still only a 4K gold lead 10 minutes after they already had their first 4K gold lead. Just the slow kills you're able to get, the shutdowns, just kind of keeping the game not even, but not pushed too far into one side.
I think
But
this
then
game
again,
is
it
really
is
going to
whole
blow up
point.
around Soul. Yeah, I think it's really going to blow up around Soul or Baron. Baron Buddies has been playing safe aside from like maybe an 80 carry face check or two, which does turn into games like this, right? The Goldie doesn't really balloon unless you're super able to push it. Whenever Baron Buddies just kind of lets you have everything you want, but tries to go for a fight later, which is what their comp has to do, has to scale.
Mhm.
So it's not the worst that they have not been able to balloon the lead, because now you have to fight, right? I don't think that Baron Buddies is going to be like, yeah, we can outscale Mountain Soul, no big deal. So you have to imagine that the fight and the gold balloon lead will
This is
come
gonna be
soon.
ult,
Kuro's on a ward, absolutely no way to escape from this Malphite ult, and
and
that's
that is
another
the
kill
jungler down.
for... Yeah,
Wow,
Kuro
I'm
has
surprised they
been
didn't just go
having a
with the Baron
difficult
here.
time because of how strong the Silas is. It's been so unsafe for him to be in the entire top side, and the bot lane is just too hard to gank. So I don't think that Kuro has had the best game, but I'm not really sure that it's his fault or anything.
I don't know. He's definitely pushing a lot and kind of forgetting that Silas can dash over walls as well, not just the LeBlanc. So
Yeah, he has
again,
to be careful for JFK. He will just kind of jump in there. Regardless of if it might get him killed or not, he just does it. And so if
it's also
you are
funny
not
that
100%
he has the
sure...
most kills, but he has the most deaths. He's
Yeah,
651.
exactly. Yeah, he will just absolutely go in there regardless of the odds, so you better hope that you have some backup, because then you can kind of trick him, but if you're just alone killing a ward, you will die.
You can hear same goal or same CS mostly for both teams. In top lane, I'm so
Oh,
surprised.
Victor
Actually,
finds a lot of people here. That's a lot of damage. JFK flashes in, gets the Milio. This means Ash ult is going to be extremely powerful. Malphite uses R on something. I'm not sure entirely what it is. And now JFK is just diving into Philios easily. There's still Ash arrow up. It goes down finally to Thalia. She goes down. And there goes the gold lead blossoming. And it's not entirely clear why. It just seems like they were face checking a jungle. They didn't have to face check for a while. Dragon wasn't spawning for 2 minutes, so any wards you place aren't going to be there whenever you need the face check later. So they just really wanted a blue buff, and Victor caught him slacking.
surprised they keep trying to hit Malphite. I just hit the turret, but it doesn't look like they want to.
LeBlanc is overextending here a little bit. If she doesn't kill this Ash, she's in a lot of trouble. Never mind, she just walks away.
It's Ash. I mean, kind of you just get slowed, and the LeBlanc doesn't have enough burst damage, being only on one item right now. I mean, LeBlanc might get second item here, but just on one item isn't going to help much. Ash still on one item, same with Aphelios. A lot of people on 2 items are... There's like Silas. Silas is almost on 3 items here. Almost getting the rabbit on death cap. I'd assume that he's... All Silas has to do is just clear 1 or 2 camps and... Or 1 or 2 waves and get that Rabadons. And after that, I mean, you're just going to get one tap by Silas no matter who you are, even this
Look
Malphite.
how much control that Baron Buddies is getting over Dragonside, by the way. They're face checking, and there's absolutely no punish, and now they're placing the wards down that will protect them. Red is a little low and can't really recall now, or maybe can get a really quick one off. He's still looking for Infinity Edge, by the way. So it's not the worst for TD Poro, but they have given up a lot of control of this dragon area right whenever Soul spawns. They might trade it for Baron, which case it's a good thing. You want to at least know
Let's say a
whenever they
Baron
start the
trade.
dragon. But, you know, it's not the worst to let them have control. Talia Wall is going to find Ash, but on the wrong side of it, and just a flash out, and now Kuronami's on the wrong side of it. Where is he going to go? Nowhere. Ash ults down. Malphite might look for a really good ult, but there's no follow-up, so Kuro tried something slick and got it caught on the wrong side of it.
You know, now Pop is here just trying to flank him, but I don't think it's going to do much.
Yeah, these
Then
wards
again,
are
this
not going to
LeBlanc-
do anything if you blow your load, and Ash just walks away with a flash. By the way, LeBlanc is in a lot of trouble here. The passive saves her, but Silas is going to be able to do a lot more in a team fight at that load than LeBlanc is. And LeBlanc knows this. She walks back, recalls to try to get a teleport off. But at the end of the day, it is going to be soul for TD Poro. And it's just an amazing glow up from game 1 to game 2.
This really is now turning into the one-sided match. It's 9K. I'm gonna say, well, good job to anyone who kind of voted for Poro. Looks like you guys are gonna get your channel points back, but there's just almost no way for Baron Buddies to come back from this, being 9K gold down, having all that gold on this Silas, being able to just kind of one-tap anyone that gets in his way. He's going to clear this Raptor camp, and he might even just be able to back to get Rabadons here. With ult up and everything. Baron's up as well. I'm surprised they aren't trying to go just force that.
It looks like they're trying to take a reset first. Aphelios does finish the Infinity Edge, but Infinity Edge into Mountain Soul is not a good matchup. So a little awkward. Has to flash. Uses. Oh no, that's not cleanse. But has to flash. Just because of that damage coming through, and that's really scary to be Aphelios without flash into a Baron pit upcoming.
The thing is, they don't have any beautiful wombo combos that Baron Buddies can do. Of course, you can do Malphite into Aphelios ult, but that's about it. You're not gonna have that a zero ulti to kind of shuffle them up or any other huge damage follow up. You're just gonna have a knock up and then hope that Aphelios can do anything. But with Aphelios only having 2 items, and it looks like
Kuro is
Aphelios
absolutely
is
cooked here. Eat into the wall, art button up, and that's going to be a Baron start for Poro. And I don't see Baron Buddies even trying to contest it. I don't think that they're even gonna put up a fake contest. They're just gonna wave clear, look for JFK. JFK knows that he's now the target, so he recalls. Very good recall here. And
that will just be Baron for the side of TD Poro, and I mean, I'd assume that they just try to push for the end. I mean, they are over 10K gold ahead. It would be kind of wasteful to just kind of stop and clear camps. Just go for the end here at this point.
I think Malphite's in trouble here. Parade trying to go for one of his trademark greedy freezes is against 4 people on your tower. Poppy's here. E does not land into the wall. It's actually totally fine. Okay. But they do lose the tower for it. Oh, they're trying to 2v1 JFK. That's not going to work out for you. Luckily, JFK is able to take the Milio ult, so there's no damage at all showing on him. And even then, Soul Food is still losing the trade. Might die under tower here. Passive saves him a lot of health, which means that he's not going to die under tower just yet. W's away. Tower's down. Talia's coming in, but I'm not sure that Talia wins this either. JFK deciding to be on this side of the wall, goes in onto Milio, but is not able to finish it, and LeBlanc gets it. Meanwhile, Poro was not able to force anything on the other side of the map while 3 people were taking out JFK. So if you're JFK, you're kind of disappointed, in my opinion. I mean, the whole point of that was to get an inhib, and Poro instead does not have Poppy, does not use Azure ult whenever Milio's not there. They're not able to force a single thing, so JFK just kind of dies for nothing.
Oh, look at this. Poppy is farming camps. I'm kind of confused. They should be pushing mid lane, doing, I guess in this situation would have been a 3-1-1. I think trying to get that inhib, try to get that top turret, I think it would have been way more beneficial. I'm not sure why Poppy is farming right now. And you want to be pushing lanes with Baron buff. So it is kind of wasting Baron buff. Though, Baron Buddy is still going to have such a hard time to come back. 11K gold deficit here. There would be a miracle Elder Steal here to happen for Baron Buddies to come back. And then they're already pinging it for Elder coming up. So it's not going to be easy to steal this Elder, especially if Koro keeps trying to face check so far and dying 30 seconds before an objective spawns.
Oh,
So
Milio's face checking this time. So JFK might go all in on this. Oh, Milio's trying to hide in the pit. It might actually work. Is this a recall or just a flanking Milio? But Talia in the front, way away from Milio, is going to go to 1 health, and it's not enough. JFK actually dies.
I was
And
about to
Malphite's
criticize
TPing in. Malphite's TPing in. They're looking for the fight. This is 5v4. This is your best chance. Yes, yes, Talia's at 1 health, so she's not going to be part of it. Victor is going to take a lot of damage here. His ult's only on people he doesn't want to hit. Milio goes a little bit low. Hoodie is chasing Milio so far, but now Aphelios is free hitting him. LeBlanc's still looking for assassination targets, so Ash and Victor can't come forward. But Silas
So
does
far
have
before,
TP. Silas does have TP. Hoodie goes in onto Aphelios, gets the knockup. Malphite goes in. The cleanse from Aphelios means that he can live a little bit longer. The melee healing plus the red gun healing plus the healing. But it's not enough, and now all of Baron Buddies is going to fall.
Now that was literally Poppy 1v1ing the Aphelios and losing. The Poppy winning actually 1v1ing the ADC Aphelios, and that's just going to be ace, and that might even be the game there.
It should be the game, yes.
Don't even have that is still 25 seconds for the next person.
That was such a sad feeling as an AD carry. You have a Milio like chain healing you, hard focusing you, and it doesn't matter because Poppy's just in your face killing you.
I think with there, Koro really got picked off. I was literally criticizing that right before. Koro dies right before Dragon.
I've been Koro
right
before. Like, you see your support face checking and it's absolutely dead, and you're like, well, I got to get something off of this, and suddenly your support's not dead. Nice dive, by the way.
Silas dive the fountain and still win. What?
But I've been there, right? You're trying to do something while your support is just clearly inting, and then suddenly the Shy isn't dead, and you're the one that's dead, and it's like, well, I guess I should have had more faith in the Shy. But yeah, I feel like Poro was able to correctly neutralize the bot lane. Red was not really an impact of that entire game, and just snowball their top laner on a pick that couldn't be punished by Kuro, and just means that the Malphite was not able to scale into a team fight.
Well,
And,
that
yeah, Hoodie
what?
just played out of his mind. I mean, last game
Definitely.
he was playing like really good econ jungle, but he's playing Zen. So it's like, what's going on there? And then now it's Poppy, so you can play the econ jungle role, but he says, you know what? I'm gonna fix my mistakes. I'm gonna take Dark Harvest and just absolutely demolish every lane. And does so.
But with that, that is game 2 to the side of TD Poro. So with that, we are now 1-1, and I'm gonna see what changes they're gonna make into this next game, because I think again, first game was very one-sided to the side of Baron Buddies, but that one is again another one-sided to the side of TD Poro. So it's gonna be interesting to see how each team is going to kind of change their drafts. I think, of course, TD Poro is going to be probably trying to stick with that draft, while Baron Buddies is going to try to probably ban out that Silas, ban out the Poppy.
I mean, I think it's very clear for Baron Buddies, right? Like, you won through your bot lane so hard last game, and this game they did absolutely nothing. And the Poro did not force you to change, right? Lucian, yes, was banned, but there were so many aggressive AD carries open, and you took Milio of Aphelios.
And you still had the Caitlyn up as well. You still
Yeah,
had
you had Caitlyn, you had Ziggs. I mean, Ezreal. There's so many
you
choices
had
that
Ash
you
as
back.
well. You could have stole the Ash away, but
You had so many picks that let you put down the gas pedal, and instead you take the scaling, broken late game AD carry, and you just lose the game through top side entirely. So I think it's very clear for Baron Buddies what to do. Like, if TD Poro does not force you to take away the aggressive AD carries, then pick one, right? Even if it's not Lucian, it's still going to be good enough. And for Poro, it's clear that Hoodie actually can play the aggressive junglers, so it's fine to put him on the aggressive junglers, even if it's something as weird as Dark Harvest Poppy. So, maybe you do draft Zinzao again, but whatever you do, you definitely put JFK on something that he can 1v1 and 1v2 on, because Kuro was not able to change the jungle pathing in response to the lane presence. It was very Kuro could have played a little bit more open to the way that JFK was playing, right? JFK had been stacking that wave from 1, 2, and 3, crashed it
Mhm.
on 3, and Kuro was still on red buff. And I don't think you want to pick something like Tilia either whenever you've got to put that pressure, take that pressure off your top laner.
Mhm. Well, with that, Baron Buddies has elected to go blue side, so they are gonna have first pick. I do want to see if they're going to pick the Karma again for the third game in a row. Again, we've seen it mid lane, we've seen it support. We could see it again there,
Time
or we
for
could see it
Karma
top lane.
jungle. It's
Oh,
time for Karma
Karma
jungle.
top, Karma top still is still viable. We might see again a Pike top. We're talking season 9 here, but Yumi top. Who knows why, but we will see. Now the people are getting into their roles right now, doing of course normal pro play order, so it will take a little while we get this draft link up.
Yeah, I mean, Poro just has got to not get complacent. You still got to ban that Lucian. There's no way you let Red get Lucian again. It's okay to pick a AD carry like Varus or Ashe, where if you lose lane, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't hate the Milio ban, honestly, even though it didn't really do anything. I mean, I feel like those Ashe arrows could have been a lot more impactful should the Milio not have come through. And the most important thing is just play around your top lane if at all possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, with this again, we are waiting. Always love waits and very slow computers, but looks like they still have to also redo it. They're oh, actually, they should be good. Maybe, who knows?
You know what would be the 1-2 punch, right? If you ban Malphite, I'm not sure that Parade is going to be able to mentally deal with the fact that now he has to lean off of this like stable leaner that just scales in the late game. Like, yeah, he could probably just pick Orin and be fine. But after last game where he got completely demolished by the wave 3 crash, I'm not sure that he'll have the stability to be able to pick a second top laner and be okay, you know? Kind of
Or
a
they just let
mental
it
pick,
through
that
again.
one, rather than a strategic one, but
And they can always just let them out fight through again, because I mean, game one they didn't think it was a big deal. And then game two, even then, they just didn't think it was a big deal, and they didn't ban it or anything. So who knows? They could first pick Malphite again, give it to Parade. But
we will have to see. I'm just hoping Poro does not let Lucian through again. I'm hoping that Baron Bites picks something aggressive. It's always nice to be the AD carry that's like, yeah, I could play a scaling AD carry, do my role. But sometimes you just gotta shoot him with guns, you know?
Mhm.
Sometimes you just gotta jam him down
yeah,
the
but
barrel.
again, we got still the Caitlyn out, right? I still want to see the Caitlyn being played, being very powerful. Caitlyn Lux being questionably powerful right now. She shouldn't be good, but it's good right now. Pushing lanes that we saw in the LCK T1 take first turret at 7 minutes with Caitlyn Lux. So Caitlyn Lux is still a very powerful lane. So as long as they play it right, I mean, it's gonna be very powerful. They're gonna win on that. Again, we saw the Caitlyn ban first game, but not the Caitlyn ban second game. So again, they still elected to go Philios. But
The only fear I have for Caitlyn Lux on Baron Buddies is that it relies heavily on jungle pressure, and I'm not sure that Crow is going to be able to deliver versus Hoodie if the gameplay goes similar to last one. It seemed like Crow is just a little bit underwater in that game. And if you go something like Caitlyn Lux, where you cannot afford to have your jungler be at all behind because your jungler has to be bot lane constantly, it's a little scary.
wow, we are still waiting for looks like TD Poro to get ready for draft. I don't know why they'd be waiting. I guess unless someone fell down the toilet again. But
Like, whatever their coach did that they took so long, I mean, they cooked, right? Like, I don't know
Mhm.
if he had to go to the hyperbolic time chamber to figure out what 5 perfect champions would work amazingly there. But if he needs an extra few minutes, maybe that's the difference.
Doing their summoning rituals or doing their luck rituals. Could be
The
having to put on a new
spirits
shirt
say
every
to
game,
pick Ash.
Just pick
This is
ass. Just pick ass.
I mean,
Hypnotization. Just pick
I
ass.
don't know if JFK or the coach came up with Silas Top, but it honestly was the exact right pick. I don't think that there was a single better champion.
And they're definitely gonna ban Silas this game. I don't know of a situation where Baron Buddies doesn't ban Silas unless they're gonna first pick Silas, which I don't think is gonna be very good at all.
Well, what I like about being red side for Poro is that they can respond to the Silas ban with a Malphite ban. So either we both get Malphite ults or no one does.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Maokai is still on the table. You see a Maokai, enemy team, Silas ban now, or Silas pick now. So, or of course, the Silas pick could be going into a Malphite or a Maokai pick, but we will see. While, of course, we are still waiting on TD Poro to get ready.
Yep.
It's
We're just doing some quick production stuff on the side, letting the teams know how much time they have and stuff. Uh, I do think that Baron Buddies can snap back from this pretty quickly. You just pick. I mean, if Nocturne's up, you take that for sure because Kuro looked a lot more comfortable on the Nocturne than Talia. But
mhm.
honestly, like you're trying to draft R button junglers, there's plenty more that aren't Talia, right? Like you can just go with the my mind is suddenly blank, but there's plenty of R button junglers, right? Like there's Gragas, there's Lee Sin, although it might not be the right pick. There's so many junglers that you can play that are like Nocturne, but perhaps have a little bit better early game pressure.
We all want to see the brand jungle, but I don't think that's coming out just yet. Or
Um, Brand
Graves.
jungle would be interesting. I like the Graves idea. It's definitely not what I would expect from Kuro given the first two games. Looks like we are starting draft. So everything is going through. And I'm really curious to see what Baron Buddies picks for bot lane. That's like the number one thing I'm looking out for.
Mm-hmm. We'll see with the ban. It's still a Lilia first ban. I think that's always good, especially against Hoodie and stuff like that. And of course, Poro is most likely going to ban. Could be another triple ban for bot lane like they did before, but
You've got to
most
ban
likely
Lucian. Like,
they got to
please do
ban
not ever
Lucian.
touch that again.
Most
Please.
likely going to be another Nocturne ban as well. Could be up on the table, just like they did last game. Like
Hmm.
right there, Nocturne ban. Put something, put Koro in something he might not be the most confident on. Silas ban
Silas ban does
expected.
come out. Hmm.
Poro should be banning Lucian here. If they don't, then they are trolling, unless they're going to ban it next. But even then, actually, they're just going to ban the Malphite here. I guess that's just good. Make Parade play something different than he's played in the last two games.
Yeah, I have no doubt that JFK, if he can outplay Parade that much on Silas versus Malphite, which is not a typical matchup, I have no doubt that he can do it on some other matchup where Parade has to play something else.
I mean, this is going to be the Lucian ban, right? Or else they're just going to first pick Lucian? Maybe.
Surely.
Surely they don't let Lucian through.
I mean, it's either that or it's a bait, right? It's a
What's this
bait
for?
to like say we can counter the Lucian with Hoodie just absolutely demolishing your bot lane, and it looks like it is going to go through. And
Or
Baron
they're going
Buddies
to
takes the
first pick the
karma away.
Karma.
But there's no way you
Okay.
put Poro's AD carry. There's no way that you put Husky on Lucian, right?
Husky's good on Lucian, right? It's okay
I
on
mean, I
Lucian.
suppose so. Just after the first two games, I'd be a little bit worried about it. Yeah, the Ash pick is great.
Ash Syra, okay.
Okay, classic, old school.
I
This is
mean,
a really good lane into Lucian. It's kind of begging them to pick it. But I mean, I don't think Red's upset about that, right? Like they have been, I like, I don't know.
Ezreal, but no less. It's gonna be some type of. I think that's the thing. Ezreal's good. There's the Ezreal.
Ezreal's
Ezreal Karma.
Ezreal's
Always.
still like perfectly fine with what Baron Buddies AV carry and support have shown in the series, right? Like they did
Hmm.
amazing on Lucian. They did not so well on Aphelios. Ezreal Karma perfectly in line with what they need to do. It's a little annoying to play into Ash Zyra, but
The slows,
Red
the
could
stuns, the
probably
stuns, and the
yeah.
slows, but Gonna see maybe the jungler pick here just so it doesn't get pinched out more, or is it just gonna be a top laner here? Or
Azir
really just
blind
pick the
pick.
Azir. I mean, that's
So
fine.
this
I mean,
Ashe
they
is
played
so much
here.
more valuable than it was last game. I feel like Ashe Arrow can just pick off so many people already in this game, and if Poro pick the right jungler, they will be setting themselves up for success.
I mean, I think Azir is still fine here, being late game scaling, and as we saw game one, Soul Food was still doing very well on the Azir. His shuffles were actually pretty beneficial and everything for his team. We will see. Poppy again, I think it's
Poppy's
fine
great
into
here.
Azir.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, it played well last game, and then into the Azir, it only gets more value. And now with the Ashe Zyra without the Milio, I mean, it seems really good. I really like the Ornn ban as well because that is like Malphite number 2. It's
Mm-hmm.
just Malphite with items.
Mm-hmm. We just wait. I'm gonna guess that they might even just try to ban as many champions as I can onto Parade, put him on something he's less comfortable with.
Or
But
just get rid of the Wombo combo stuff.
mm-hmm.
That's
To
a
be honest,
valid
I would have
strategy as
actually
well.
expected them to ban Koro more, just because again, Koro is a mid lane main, not really playing jungle that much, so kind of putting him on something even
I mean,
less. Use.
what junglers are left that you're really scared of from Kuro? Like, clearly Nocturne and Talia was what he was willing to bring, and the Talia wasn't quite where it needed to be, and Nocturne's banned. So
Again,
I
you
don't
still
even know if
have
you can guess what you could ban, and
Vi
I'm not
still
sure that
powerful. Viego.
true. But I think that you're kind of guessing that Kuro's champion pool is like everything else is the same, right? It's like Nocturne is really high and Talia is pretty high because maybe he played Talia mid, but there's probably a great gap between the third champion there and nothing between the third and fourth.
I was actually saying again, Maokai was up, but it looks like they do ban it, so I think good ban for the Maokai ban. It's just always powerful, which means that most likely aren't gonna be picking the Silas up. Never mind. Silas is banned. I don't know why I'm saying that, but uh, Ma, Malzahar ban. Okay. I mean, I did see that
I
Verinda
really
did
want
play a
Poro to
couple games,
make
but
Baron Buddies blind pick their top laner again. I mean, obviously that's what you do because you see the Azir and you don't see the top laner, so you're picking your mid laner here. Um, it could be anything really, just something that deals with the Azir a little bit better than the Karma. Doesn't have to be insane. Could just be Orianna.
Oriana. So Oriana
Vel'Koz?
Vel'Koz.
A little insane, but acceptable.
That's
He really
okay.
struggles into the Azir ult whenever jungler comes at level 6, so I'm a little bit worried for Verinda. But like the Victor, I mean, honestly, I would like the Victor more, but it does do well whenever you can get off all that damage. Echo
Okay.
from
I do
Kuro.
like the damage, of course, and of course the ultimate being able to rewind, get him out of fights and everything. Again, he has great dragon stealing and baron stealing potential. Jump in, smite, jump out with his ultimate, but we'll see how that goes. And it looks like they're gonna have to blind their top laner here. It'd be interesting to see what they pick. Is it
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
go
know what
for
Parade even does
Bruiser
here.
or
Sejuani makes sense, but their damage profile is kind of weird.
Sejuani top lane or Sejuani mid jungle? Actually, let's see if that's an Echo top lane. Who knows?
I
But
really do not expect Parade to pick out the top lane Echo. I could be wrong, but
who
that
knows
seems
with
a
the
bit
top lane
extreme.
Echo? I mean, they could always flex it if they need to, depending on what this next
True.
pick is. Because, of course, Sejuani into the poppies can be a little annoying, of course, with the dashes. Same with Echo, but Scion.
Okay. I was not expecting that for JFK. Scion is just completely different. Tank into tank matchup, or maybe into Echo. Uh, Completely different pressure points this game. Last time it was your top lane Silas that had all the pressure, and then your bot lane was just trying to play safe. Now you've got Ashe Zyra into Karma Ezreal, so that bot lane is popping and exploding. You've got Scion into Sejuani top lane, so the jugglers just absolutely do not want to ever see them before 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Interesting draft. I think that Poro did not do as amazing as last draft, but last draft was honestly perfect. So it's kind of expected that Baron Buddies is able to adapt a little bit. But I'm curious to see if Baron Buddies can deliver on the promises of this draft, namely Echo Jungle. That's
Hmm.
really going to determine a lot about this game.
Well,
And then the
with
Vel'Koz, it just feels like a worse Victor. But if it works, I mean, maybe you expect that Kuro is just not able to find the ganks mid lane, just like last game. But you're talking about a Zir Echo instead of Talia and I remember the last champion. Talia and someone other than Azir, so it's a little easier to gank.
Mhm.
Um,
Well,
yeah, I
with
don't know.
that, predictions are up, everyone. So go put in your channel points for your gambling. Definitely not gambling. Yeah, totally not gambling. But put in your predictions. Who's going to win this next game? And Baron Buddies or TD Poro? And this will be the last game of the night for us. This will, although it is, they're gonna have to play all 3 games. It is still kind of taking home the win today. This will be the deciding game for the 2-1. We will
Yeah,
see.
I
This is
mean, early game, just mid lane and bot lane are going to be so important, and then top lane we can just ignore as usual. Back to scheduled top lane ignoring.
and top lane is an island. The Gromp, maybe, or not the Gromp, the Grubs, again, the Alpha and the Chickmunks might bring down the top laner for a good 30 seconds, then goes back top lane and is an island again forever. So
And really pay
this
attention to
is an
Kuro's
Echo top
pathing. Oh,
lane.
okay. Whoa, I'm totally wrong. It is Echo top lane. It's just a complete switch of last game or the last 2 games. Braid was like, "I'll play Malphite. I'll play Malphite. It's fine." JFK is trying to be the aggressive one. Now it's Echo on Parade on Echo into JFK on Cyan. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, are my nameplates switched? Um, Top lane is going to be a lot more exciting than I initially said.
Yeah, this is gonna this gonna be a couple more roams, so it's gonna be interesting how this exit goes. But with that, we're gonna cut it to a break. And when we're back, we will be into game 3 for Baron Buddies versus TD Poro. So with that, we will see you guys in a second.
Place your arms up and let me see the energy. Energy. Place your arms up and let me see the energy. Energy.
Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up.
Place your arms up and let me see the energy. Energy. Place your arms up and let me see the energy. Energy.
Okay, let's go.
Everybody down. Ride to the red bar. A broken neighbor is your mind. the scars, let's leave them behind. We'll light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night. Oh, broken dreamer, is your mind? Oh, the scars, let's leave them behind. We'll light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night. Your fucking hands up.
We
All right,
are
welcome back
back.
to Game 3 between Baron Buddies and TD Poro. Sorry for the delay, just doing some technical stuff behind the scenes, but everything's working fine now. Kuro might get a little bit of damage off here. Oh, yep, nice. Verinda gets a little bit of extra damage, not anything meaningful because there's no first strike, but just bragging rights. You know, not first blood, but first scratch. You take those.
But with this will be a Echo
Oh, is the shy getting a
jungle.
little spicy?
But this will be an Echo
Yeah.
jungle
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of an Echo top
Yes.
lane. Yeah, that's a very big
They
one.
did trade.
There was a switch. That's what their pause was, making sure that this was intentional and not some weird thing that happened.
Oh. They're trying to bully Hoodie here, which is not the worst. But Hoodie's on the other side of the map, so just a trade where they walked in division. Kind of awkward.
What if they know where the Echo is right now? If they know where Kuro is, because of course that is a leashless, and of course
Kuro's
I do.
starting bot side? I mean, I guess he's Echo, so he can't really do an amazing gank level 3. But I'm really scared for Red and the Shy. Like, yes, they can play aggressive now, but man, when that Poppy's here, I doubt that Poppy's gonna do 6 camps. And that ward is taking out now, and neither of them have a ward for about a minute and a half, I think. That was just complete guess, but you know, you're not gonna have a ward for the gank. So Poppy skipped Raptors. I don't know if Echo's just gonna hang around here and just be completely behind on farm and tempo, but it does seem like Hoodie has the better path so far.
Looks like Echo is actually gonna go up, and Poppy is just gonna try to take this blue buff into Gromp.
Oh, but
to
Husky
gain
takes
farming.
so much damage. You cannot take that much damage when your jungler's pathing down towards you. You give up level 2, you let them push, you let them play aggressive, but you don't take half your health with Doran's Blade. This is not as successful as Hoodie would have liked. I'm not sure that the game can even really happen now.
And it's gonna be a little sketchy to do so.
Oh, and Kuro also does do the wraparound. It actually is just a 3 camp into gank, just weird pathing to do Raptor second. I'm gonna invade now, but now Ash and Zyra can actually just walk up and they just pass each other, by the way. So Kuro's on the wrong side of this. Root barely misses, so the Shy is safe for now. Is ignited, is taking damage, is gonna die to the Dark Harvest Poppy. Kuro's behind, but it's Echo, so if the stun doesn't go up, he doesn't really have much. It looks like the Q damage is not going to come out. So it is a kill for Husky, or it's a kill for Hoodie, but it's just so awkward. I think that Kuro had the right idea of trying to match the level 3 gank, but somehow passed Poppy in a weird way where they both didn't see each other. So it ends up working out for Hoodie anyways.
I think what happened is, as soon as Poppy was walking into the corner of the tri-bush,
Oh, Kuro's trying to get this crab, which he will get, but his ear's on the wrong side. Bot lane's on the wrong side. I think Kuro's in trouble. No W now. Gets a lot of damage off. Doesn't get the shield for Hoodie, so Hoodie is going to die by flashing. Verinda actually doesn't have any damage left because there's no cooldowns. Bot lane wasn't able to come because Decipher died, by the way, in the middle of all that. So now Kuro could just E and maybe even try to be aggressive. It doesn't matter that he has red buff, though. And I don't think this Soul Food's going to get aggressive in the jungle, but it actually ends up turning around for Baron Buddies to be pretty favorable.
Actually, I was going to say, during that fight, I think that there was a little miscommunication as we saw the Vel'Koz try to go on to the Echo, but that dash into from the Poppy kind of pushed him out of the ability combo. And also Soul Food was walking up and thought that Echo was dead, walked away, even though Echo was able to get out.
JFK played a little aggressive. It's fine, though. He's Scion.
Should be able to just kind of walk away from that. I don't think it's gonna be.
I thought Parade's freezes are greedy, but this Crash is really greedy. I mean, I guess you have the Scion passive, so you know that a kill is going to be followed up by a kill yourself. But man, the flash forward and the kill denies the entire wave. Yes, JFK dies. I think he should have just started hitting the minion wave again, by the way. But by the way, top junglers are here. Junglers are here fighting. Echo goes in for the kill. It's so greedy. He gets the level. Hoodie misses the stun. I do feel like Hoodie could have punished that if he didn't miss the stun.
This is a close game. This is already a bloodbath this quickly. I am liking this game. We now have both TPs going to top lane.
Both going for Void Grubs.
Sejuani is here, but same with Sion. Sion actually has ult as well.
Here. Well, Vel'Koz is still teleporting in, and Vel'Koz can't really afford to be that far behind in the fight. But Sion is 6, and Sejuani is not. So yes, you get the stun on him, but he has an unstoppable ult any second now. Here comes Vel'Koz finally. Hoodie is only level 3, by the way. Curl's level 4 goes down. I think that levels up Hoodie. And I guess that even having the Azir advantage with Vel'Koz not being able to get there in time was not enough.
Actually, it is really beneficial. I think Sejuani definitely counters Sion in the sense of being able to kind of stop the Q from kind of stacking and the stun as well.
Root is really good here. Red has to flash.
Is a little unfortunate for getting rid of Flash or losing Flash on the Ezreal. Karma is, I assume, going to do the same thing with the Hex plate. I'm pretty sure is what the item was that last game's that Decipher used, but would be interesting to see.
I do think that Red has played the spot lane really well. Getting that damage off on Husky meant that the 3v3 was not a disaster. It was just bad level 2 or 3.
And then 2K goal,
getting a kill on the Zyra whenever that play happened afterwards, JFK just doing some silent stuff, so don't mind that, was also pretty good. And the CS lead is massive.
I'm surprised Sejuani isn't just going to go for this. I mean, Sejuani has the ultimate, could have gone for the kill there, but it looks like it's just going to go for the wave. I mean, there is no TP or ultimate for Sion, so it's going to be a little slow to get into lane, but I think just kind of get the kill there would have been beneficial. But see here, that's 20 CS lead already for this Ezreal, kind of keeping Ashe away from the lane. Already doing a pretty good amount of damage just with his Q. So interesting.
Azir coming with the roam. Echo's not following it up though at the right time. Vel'Koz is also here, so Echo has to get off the camps just to make sure that nothing happens to Vel'Koz. So it doesn't actually turn into anything. I was wrong. I thought Azir was coming down first, but actually Verinda made the
Ooh.
move.
Great weave in between the minions there from the Karma to get that empowered Q off, kind of hitting both the Ashe and Zyra, kind of forcing them to kind of back off being
Azir
so
looking
low.
to force a flash from Verinda. Remember, Azir ult, whenever it's up, loves to get a flash from a mid laner who does not have much mobility. Kuro is here to capitalize. Meanwhile, Hoodie looking bot lane once again, and Red has played really well, but it's hard to play this lane whenever your jungler is not here and their jungler is, and that will be a kill onto the Shy. And it's just unfortunate that Kuro had one play that just didn't quite work out bot lane, and now it's just Hoodie being bot lane whenever the lane calls for both junglers to be down there. And this is just nonsense, by the way. Top lane is such a joke. What am I watching? Where's the tower? What is happening? The Sion ult's in. Parade has to flash. Oh, by the way, the gank behind. Azir ult is still up. Looks very amazing here, but Verinda just kind of walks out of it. Wow. I was not expecting that. No flash use. Just walks out of it. Jungler gets dragon, and Verinda is winning his team the dragon there. Absolutely destroying that gank, and Kuro is a little lost again. Down
Hoodie's
6
in the area, though.
CS,
Hoodie's
but
in the
more than
area.
that. Oh my god. Another gank. The E is canceled by Poppy, and that's a kill. And Hoodie is just absolutely destroying Kuro in the impact on the lanes.
Of course, and at the same time, Sejuani is low right here. Parade does cancel the Q, but it will just bring it back up. Get some damage. Echo does get the Rift Herald here, or not the Rift Herald, sorry, the Scuttle Crab top lane is in the area to gank, but Sejuani
I don't think this gank is real. I think this gank is extremely doomed, and it might just be to make sure Parade doesn't die under tower. Okay, here it comes. JFK is half health, has everything, or has flash, I think. It's not up. Okay, it's not doomed. He just gets he just dies.
And Parade dies as well.
He gets the freaking counter kill. Sion is so stupid.
No, I think Sejuani there just thought, oh yes, I'll keep taking the minions. Sejuani walked back to get the last caster minion and died for it. It wasn't even a cannon minion there. That was kind of questionable, but because it's for a caster minion. But that is a kill for the Sion, definitely beneficial. Used the ult there from Sejuani.
So how does this happen? Hoodie's out farming, out ejecting, and out ganking Kuro. This is just a disaster. I mean, you got, I think, is that the 6 scrubs there?
Fourth. That's the 4th scrub already taken, and Echo's not even gonna check it. They're not even just gonna. They're just gonna say,
I think
oh,
he knows he just can't. Knows he can't do anything about it.
So that's the 4th. So that's gonna be 4th, 5th, and 6th. So that's just get a little unfortunate for Baron Buddies, because that is.
Oh, that's a lot of damage on Husky. I think he'll be fine, but Red, for his part, is doing great in the 2v2. It's just unfortunate for him that Poppy is doing a little bit of making that not a 2v2.
Actually, if you look at this, that is going to be full support Karma as compared to the AP Karma we saw.
Sion with 6 Grumps, by the way. Or Grubs, by the way. Just absolutely even more nuts than usual. Oh, the dive coming onto the Cypher. Red gets it. Is able to dive in. Is really low health, though. Vel'Koz is here.
What is he doing?
Red dies!
What is that?
Which, honestly, denies the kill to the Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz will pick up. Oh, no, he gets the Echo. Oh, but Kuro is alive, and there's no damage coming, so Kuro gets the shutdown. And you know what? Maybe it was better that Red died there instead of dying to the Vel'Koz. JFK, by the way, just killing Sejuani on our screen, then top tower because Sion things.
And that's literally top tower in less than 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
wow.
I don't know, but okay. I mean, with
JFK
this...
showing that he can beat tanks on aggressive carries and then also on tanks. It's absurd. What do you do against that? Poppy behind, by the way. Azir is going to be able to WE, but Poppy's in the way. Presses R to knock up. Azir comes out, but Vel'Koz doesn't need to be next to you to kill you. Misses the Q though. There's no R button. So there's actually no damage from the Vel'Koz, but the Poppy comes in, makes sure Kuronami cannot get away, and Vel'Koz will get one kill.
The damage
And
on Poppy with her
wow.
Q and everything, especially with the Thunder Sky right there, is just so broken because she also does percent max health physical damage. It's very insane. Ezreal might
Oh.
get kind of spotted out here. Good damage from the Karma here with her empowered Q, but it's not going to do much. It's already a 3k gold lead now for the side of Poro.
Yeah, but how much of that is on Scion? It's like half of it at least.
Probably Poppy though as well. I mean, look, that's Poppy's 2-1-4. Vel'Koz is 1-3-1.
Oh, Sejuani's coming for a really good gank here. I don't see
1-1.
Verenda getting out of this at all. No flash. I mean, you don't even have to use any ultimates, right? Just absolutely get the kill. They do use Sejuani E, not ult, yeah. So, no abilities used. Picking up that kill right before Dragon is really nice. Meanwhile, the Shy goes down, but I think Red has something to say about it. Flash out from Husky, misses the Q, trying to guess something, cleanses nothing, goes in on Decipher, which is not going to work. And unfortunately, they just can't win the 2v2 after all the pressure that Hoodie brought down there.
Oh, look at the South is already taking next.
Oh, Kuro's going for the gank. I'm not sure if this gank is well advised. Flashes in, misses the Q. Now Decipher is trying to save his 80 carry. Can he do it? It looks like yes. Kuro still has ultimate, so he won't die. But he did use Flash just to bring Ashe down low.
This is just, I don't even know. And it's just going to die as
Kuro
well.
dies, has R button. It just looks like after you ban the Nocturne, Kuro's champion pool is really just not the same.
Definitely. And that is second Dragon over to TD. I don't know if without the Echo, there's no chance in stealing. They misses on the Ezreal. Red missed so many of the Ezreal Qs to try to get any kills that it was just unfortunate not able to get anything. And then the stuns coming from the Karma there, or from the Zyro was just so impactful. Try to stop Ezreal.
I mean, I want to lower the criticism of bot lane because I don't think that they played bad. I mean, Red has put out a lot of pressure for the position he's in. It's just really unfortunate. Teleport in, Kuro's trying to make something happen, but the root comes out from Decipher, makes this very hard. So Sejuani ult, you have to think, will not be enough, so they don't even try the dive.
Well,
Wait,
yeah, I think
maybe
in
they
here,
do?
this Zyro pick is probably the best thing. Doesn't get a kill there, but
Meanwhile, Hoodie gets Rift Herald, can absolutely just demolish whatever lane he wants. Like, if I was Poppy, I'd be like, you know what? My bot lane's fine. I'm going to Herald top lane and get even more gold. Looks like they choose to go mid lane instead, which is comparable. I think the top tower is a little bit more valuable. Azir comes, but he cannot 1v2. So he's just trying to get the wave, but now the tower's gone. Vel'Koz is here. You can't E whenever there's a Poppy in your face. And he dies for it.
that is too old to use there. But I mean, for the Azir, I mean, look at this. They're heralding, so that could even be second turret now already.
There's so much pressure everywhere on the map from TD Poro. Kuronami's trying to come from the flank, but that's a Scion you're flanking. The tower's already dead. He doesn't care. Look at him. Do you think that's the face of someone who cares? Stunned, channeling. There's nothing you can do to stop the Scion.
Cyan is just walking away. Cyan goes
And then
down,
he dies
but
immediately afterwards. Classic.
but he can just run down the Echo. Oh, does he get the kill here?
Oh, Red does okay in the 2v2. The Shy is on the wrong side of it. Dies to Ashe whenever Red could not get any DPS down. And now the Ashe ult means that Red will go down. And they're desperately trying to 2v2 when they think they're the better bot lane. But it's so far behind from how much gold has been gifted to this Ashe from the plays by the other side of the map that Red has no chance.
And look at this. They just are so easy to take. Oh, pause. Whoopsie.
I mean, this game comes down to that first gank, in my opinion. It looks like the game's closed for both of us. Last time this happened,
At
not
6.5
happy
minutes as well.
last time this happened was not good for the game. We'll have to see if there's a way around this. Sometimes there is. Usually not, so I'm not going to get your hopes up, but there's a chance we could see the rest of this game. But just from what you have seen, I mean, the draft difference is so massive from TD Poro. it looks like we're going to move to a replay, which means we're gonna have to wait till the game is over. I expect that it won't be that much longer to wait, at least. But yeah, I mean, the Scion pick just shows that JFK is willing to do it all. I mean, even the Gwen, like, yeah, it wasn't able to solo carry, but you have to imagine that there was a world where he did get that kind of lead. Anyways,
Well,
we're gonna go to a break while we wait for the replay, and then we will return at 16:30 to see if TD Poro can crush their lead and win 2-1.
Excellent. I can feel your energy. It's like you're standing next to me. You're forever on my mind. You're forever by my side. Won't you hold me closely? I don't wanna fade away. Please just watch over me. It's not easy. Your love is immortal.
We're back, everyone.
We did it. It's 16:30 in the game. We're
Yeah.
continuing.
We totally
exists.
didn't do anything wrong. Yep.
The game exists past 16:30 for once.
Whoa.
Blue team's turret has
Well,
been
here we have Ezreal ult. Hits a couple, but doesn't do much here.
Yeah, what we were saying. Dragons up in 2.5 minutes. There's 2 dragons for Team Poro. They're absolutely crushing it. No one can stop the Scion. This Husky runner has shown up on the Ashe, has a bunch of kills, a bunch of items. Red is on Ezreal and behind, which is not what you want to see, but you know, he's doing his best.
Only one item on Ezreal already. Kind of forcing I think. They might get
True.
their first turret here, I guess. But doesn't look like it.
Kuro is begging to be able to possibly assassinate someone, but it's going to be very difficult whenever you are this behind.
And of course we see Scion walking in the turret. Just with the demolish, he's able to destroy this top turret. Doesn't even have to do anything. He might die
He's
here.
in 3. Nah, he's ulting out. He's ulting out. He can't be disabled. Oh, but Echo's here. Kuro gets the gank. Finally, the stun's gonna come out. Not quite, but there's so much damage. Surely, someone can kill him.
Does get it.
And JFK
Now they
goes
have to
down.
run before the. Is Ellie gonna able to get out of here? Karma's in a very
surely
questionable spot here. Does get out though. So does get a kill back for the Karma.
Yeah,
but
one
here's
kill,
bot
you're
turret
losing
now.
your entire bot turret. You lost so many waves mid. You have no control over the dragon area whenever spawning in 70 seconds. Look at all the red wards and the lack of blue wards. It's good. Like, it's the only play you can make. Don't get me wrong. Like, Baron Buddies is not wrong for doing that, but it is not going to get them back in the game that easily.
Of course, we see here in a minute and a half, Baron is going to spawn, and in a minute, we have Dragon spawning as well. So, this Dragon stacking for...
Oh, he's going for it. Hoodie, not able to get the stun on Red, but Red has no E. It's kind of scary. Echo comes in to try to stun. Karma's here as well, but Hoodie can just walk away. Teleport does get committed from the Scion, which means Sejuani gets a little bit longer with the wave at the top tower, but she just
She's coming
elects
back,
to
though.
back. Yeah, which is respectable. Maybe you want to contest the dragon for a miracle play, so you leave the wave there. You already got the wave in. That's pretty good. You don't get the tower gold, but maybe you can get the miracle dragon play. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Here. Hurt is 10% of health. But with
True.
this Vel'Koz, though, actually Scion is... Ooh, has to flash
Has to
out.
Flash. Parade is not having a good time.
Definitely not. I think Karma's
Oh
definitely dead
no,
here
bot
into the
lane
wall.
is trying to get the vision control, but it's Poppy, so she just runs up and kills you. The Shy is down, and it looks like Kuro's next might be able to ult. I don't imagine that he's ever going to get in position to steal. Meanwhile, Soul Food cannot do anything. No ultimate, no flash, just dies.
Scion is just able to kind of 1v3 here in the bot lane. There's barely any damage because it's Scion. Sion's already at 2 items, and 1 item's questionably a tank item at that. I mean, Titanic Hydra almost feels more just straight up damage than anything. So, and Scion,
Yeah.
of course, just tanks it all.
Baron Buddies went for the Miracle team fight at the 3rd Drake instead of waiting for the 4th one. I don't hate it. You have a lot of champions that really want to team fight. Your power spikes are pretty much now. But whenever that gambit fails, there's not many gambits left. The next gambit usually is all-in team fight under the double Nexus towers. And that is not a gambit that works very often.
No, definitely not. And of course, here goes Baron just through the side of TD Poro. This is just a one-side. This is already an 8k gold lead at the side of, at 20 minutes already. Look at this. Scion is just able to kind of 1v1 Azir even under turret. It does go a
Oh,
little
I don't
low,
know about
but-
this though. Hoodie going a little aggressive. Red gets him low, is not hitting the ultimate though. So actually the casualty will be the Shy. That ultimate is also very speculative from Verenda. It seems like they're playing with their food a little bit. You know, you could be a little bit more controlled, but who could blame them?
Azir still has ultimate here, but it does look like Sion's just gonna
This tower's
forget
gonna be
that Azir's
replaced
there and just
really
take it for-
quickly, by the way. And Red is behind you. You have to ult away. Can't quite. And this is just kind of gold that JFK is giving up for free. Like, yes, this is the Scion thing. I'm gonna die, and then I get to come back. Haha, it's so funny. What the heck is that, by the way?
Ezreal dies!
It doesn't seem like the right play, but I mean, you know what? There's no wrong play whenever you're up this much gold and this many objectives, right? You get Echo ult just by looking at them, so you know, do whatever you want.
This is now a 10k gold lead. I don't think there's a
Oh,
world
Kuro might get
where
a pick, gets the flash from Decipher. These are the kind of little advantages that you need to be able to pull to get
Echo,
anything, but he has no
what?
ult. So it's gone. Tried to pull the trigger a little bit harder on that small advantage and ends up losing his life and the Shy's flash, and it looks like the Shy will not live here. Oh, that he barely stuns. I'm not sure if Parade is tanky enough to just walk away, gets the stun off, sure. But now there's a Volkaz who is absolutely beaming you down. Red is trying to get anything done he can, but that minion wave is too big. Cleanse comes out
You
just
still have
for the
Barrett.
slow,
Just gotta
and
go
now
in
there's
here.
more slows. That is a dead Red. I'm not sure that the Zero ult's gonna do much. It gets Poppy, yes. But the rest of the team has 6 Void Grubs and a Baron and a Nash.
Echo is still up though, so they might not be able to end here. Although they could try to go for it, but
Stun misses.
Azir's
Vel'Koz
still
is
dead, though.
very low. I think that Crow could get a kill. It might be worth it. It might not. It'd be really hard to defend with less people. But the shutdown is juicy. They do decide to just defend, respectable, and it's gonna have to be that miracle double Nexus play.
Because already mid inhib is down. Baron buff is going to be going away in about 45 seconds, but the Drake is going to be spawning in a minute 25.
JFK is just gonna do JFK things.
What you just do the Baus Scion Baus strats, and it works every time.
I mean, there's no pressure on the map, so he can't push in alone, but I bet you he wants to. Does the smart thing, just goes for the jungle camp, rather than suicide for no reason. But Baron Buddies have to constantly be worried about JFK. You know, they have to be ready at any time for the suicide sign to try to end the game.
It is already 11k gold lead as well. Most of this, and even look at this Ashe. I mean, yes, the CS is the same, but that's a 703 in Ashe, 2 items up, and a full item up onto this Ezreal here.
Oh my gosh, JFK. JFK's just bullying them. This is bullying. This should not be allowed. Yes, he gets stunned.
And no damage. There's
stunned
almost
again.
no damage.
Yeah, like he is.
And stunned
I mean,
again.
there's no
and
pressure.
Look at that.
This is
Echo's
so
almost dead.
funny. There's no pressure, so this is literally just a 1v3, just a 1v3. Like, Tweety Poro is not getting anything for this. Despite how long it's going, they do get the kill. It goes under the Shy, which, whatever, not that big of a deal. Karma Gold's kind of nice.
Oh, just get the karma kill? No, it doesn't look like
not
you.
quite. But with
But
all
look
that
at bot
time,
lane.
all Poro gets is some pressure on a bot inhib that probably would have gone down anyways. So, not the cleanest finish. Soul is spawning soon. JFK does have TP, which is pretty difficult to contest now, because now, whenever Scion's suiciding against 3 people, that's a soul that's going to go down.
Well, see, the soul will go down, and I think, especially for the Scion, this is just going to be such a beneficial soul, Chemtech soul, that's an Astler, stopping the kind of the slows and roots and everything from the Echo, from the Karma,
Scion
from
has
the
the
Sejuani.
TP. Scion has a really good TP ward behind them, by the way. There's no one that spotted it out. I think it's going to happen soon. Scion looking on the fountain to get the home guard passive. Red is really late to the party. Goes for a different TP. Just be safe. That's fine. You don't have to flank on Scion. Zyra ult kind of wasted, but
There's
the
so
Shy
much damage
is half
under the
health.
Shy, though, yeah. Same with Kuro. Kuro's going to have to back. I don't think they're going to contest. They're just going to walk out. Sion's here to kind of push him out, but
Oh, they're doing the worst thing, which is like, we won't contest, but we won't back. So now the Shy is going to, yeah, die.
yeah, die.
And there's no one defending the Nexus towers. So how do you deal with 5 people without your Karma? With
You
2
don't.
waves of supers. Alright, here it comes. The double Nexus turret gambit with no Karma. You do have a Zero ult though, which is your #1 tool.
But we have Scion Demolish, which will one-shot.
Yeah, and now you
there
don't
goes
have
Red.
Red. Oh no, Red's fine. 1 tower down,
fine.
2 tower gone. So that's okay, you can get a third. Azir can't quite get in. Gets a really good ultimate, but it might not be enough. Gets a shutdown, double shutdown, triple shutdown. But how do you deal with the Scion? There's
This
no way
is
they
gonna
can
be
do
the
it.
end.
He's
That's just gonna just hit the
He
Nexus.
can just right click.
This is gonna be the end.
Yeah.
There's the end.
I mean, the double tower Nexus tower gambit like worked better than it usually does, but it's Scion, so.
So Scion doesn't die at all, ever. And of course, Chemtech Drake just kind of keeps them alive. And with that, I
Classic
mean,
Scion
that's
gaming.
game 3 to the side of TD Poro.
Yeah, and I have to say that JFK and Hoodie really showed up for those last 2 games. I mean,
Definitely. I think Hoodie definitely changed it around after game 1.
playing different styles, playing phenomenally. I mean, JFK and Lane, just I mean, that was textbook for the Silas game. That is what your coaches tell you to do at this level. Stack up wave, crash on 3, kill them. Do it over again. You do that, you win the game, and they won the game.
Mhm.
Hoodie, for somehow his coach both got him off the Zen, but also told him to play like the Zen Zhao, and it worked. So I don't know what's going on there, but it worked. You know, whatever.
Mhm.
If you have to play Poppy to play like in Zen Zhao, that's great, dude. Just gank all the time. It works great for your team. I'm
Yeah,
really glad that they got the 80 carry off of the hard scaling lanes that need to somehow survive and scale. Ash is perfect for that bot lane. I mean, you saw how you don't have to win lane. There's so much less pressure. You don't have to survive, and it works out great.
I
Uh,
definitely think in these coming games that Poro's gonna have to be playing. Poppy might be banned against them, but will see in
well,
oh
that's the
the
thing,
next
right?
games.
That play style is not like Poppy specific. In fact, it's like I mean, you can do that on Poppy, don't get me wrong, but there's so many champions that are better at it. Like, Nidalee, Lee said Zenzao all come to mind. Ironically, Zenzao. Um, so I'm not sure if Poppy Band's gonna do it. I think you just have to figure out the level 1 pathing and outplay it because the last 2 games, Hoodie was able to get the benefit of the pathing.
Mm. Still, I think just the Poppy being that her Q and Sunder Sky number 1 being so good, and just buying that first, and then as well as just her Q damage. The damage that Poppy was just able to bring out was just so massive. If you look at like even the damage charts, some of her burst damage just kind of scaled infinitely.
Yeah, and JFK, like the Silas gameplay was one thing because it's a very specific thing, right? Like Silas top is not a typical pick. It's not going to work in every draft, and it kind of relies on a lot of jungle pressure. But then to show that you can also go Scion and win the lane 1v1 in isolation while your bot lane eats up all the jungle pressure, I mean, that just shows so much versatility that benefited Poro immensely.
Just looking at these damage charts, it's so weird to see the Scion had the most damage. Poppy had more damage than the Azir, and even looking at this, the Zyra actually had more damage than the Ezreal. Had more damage than her own support by twice actually.
Yeah, and I think that Baron Buddies just has to take away just a few small changes, Um, get your jungler more consistent on their pathing and understanding the clear, and then have Red be the player that you play around. Because whenever that happened, game 1, it was not close. You put him on Lucian, you got Kuro there quickly, and suddenly Red runs away with the game. But you put him on Aphelios Milio, and you say, hey, jungle pressure is going to be hit or miss, and it doesn't work out. And then you put him on Ezreal Karma so he can do the same thing as game 1, but you just get slightly outpathed by Hoodie, barely, and it's just a disaster as well.
Mhm.
And it's just like unfortunate because I think the pathing from Kuro was correct to go bot side into counter gank the gank. It's just a slight misstep where he didn't see the poppy in time.
Definitely, and I think remember at the same time, these are subs for their main roster for Baron Buddies.
Hmm.
We are missing Atomic Rider and XT, so the jungler I think definitely unfortunate for Baron Buddies to not actually have their main jungle, and especially having to
Hmm.
put a mid laner as their jungler in these 3 games. But in the coming weeks, we will see the return of Atomic Rider and XT, really showing the prowess
You know what
of.
would really help Baron Buddies?
Hmm,
If their draft, just like TD Pros, was done by a coach. And you know where you can get a coach? From coachify.gg. That's our sponsor today. And if you need to learn how to draft like TD Poro, where you look at your 5 players and you're like, what do they do right? How can I bring that out of them? Then you need to go to coachify.gg. And for coaches, it's great too because it's free. There's no commissions and it uses PayPal. And I think it would just be so perfect. I mean, that game really shows it, like the coach diff.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, looking at game
game
2 and 3. Don't look at game 1, but
no, that's the thing. Like game one, I think the coach drafted correctly, but maybe didn't understand the dynamics and the texture of the matchups of individually. But game two and three, after seeing game one, the adaptation is not possible whenever you're focused on playing a game. But whenever you have a coach that's sitting there watching, like, what's going on bot lane, what's going on mid lane, what's going on top lane, how can I make this five people mesh? You can suddenly select a draft that wins you 2 games in a row that are not close.
Mhm. But with that, everyone, that is the conclusion for tonight's stream for the Arbiters. Again, LXC Week 3 for the winter split of our for the Arbiters League. So again, tomorrow we will have the Sentinel. Yes, totally. Sentinels League, which is our Platinum League. Which who is playing? I don't know, but we will get to you. Oh, needlessly large rods versus RAR. So that'll be a very fun
Classic.
game to watch. Of course, with RAR being very good right now, but of course, needlessly large rods bringing out some very questionable, but always very fun to watch picks. So with that, again, we will see you. I've been Launches.
I've been Arcanes and then Scarlet Q.
And with that, and thank you all for coming and watching our games. It's not 40-minute games each game, but it is what it is. Stomps are sometimes fun to watch. But with that, again, we will see you guys tomorrow. So with that, bye everyone.